And what's good, everybody? Welcome in, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving here, as we are back. Thanksgiving afternoon basketball going down with a fantastic matchup in store here. Number 6 ranked Kansas Jayhawks versus the number 1 ranked Gonzaga Bulldogs. So the Fort Myers tip-off for this one, as I'll be covering the play-by-play between these two teams today here. As glad to have you guys join us once again. We had 2 incredible streams yesterday, and we are back on the grind here as part of a Thanksgiving triple header here Behind the Arc Basketball, as we welcome you guys on board. Ben, what's good here for stopping on by here, as we have Carl Johan once again in here. Brayton is back, L's back, the Mod Squad back with Ryan and Bradley here, as I welcome you guys right in to the stream once again. Dirty Diamond Boys, what is good? He's going Kansas out in this one for today's game, as should be a good classic game here on Thanksgiving between these two teams for an incredible matchup here, as I'll be covering the play-by-play. Yep, back in my bedroom for this one today in the afternoon. My family's watching a TV show in the living room right now with a dongle, so I'll be back in the living room later tonight for the back-to-back games later on tonight for those two, but back in the bedroom to call the first one for today. So, of course, Gonzaga, big story to offseason, huge pickup, highest recruit in Gonzaga history, 5-star point guard Jalen Suggs, as he'll be playing today for the Bulldogs. And also, they just were granted eligibility a couple days ago for Andrew Nembhard to transfer from Florida. So they are deep for sure at that point guard position. And Gonzaga had a couple key losses in the offseason. Of course, the biggest one, Filip Petrusev, their leading scorer, happened to play basketball overseas in Serbia. There's a couple other players that left the program as well. Admon Gilder, Killian Tilly, Ryan Woolridge, as Gilder and Woolridge graduated, same as Tilly. But most of this team, as far as it remains intact. And then there's a group of really young freshmen last season. Now they're going to be sophomores. A ton more playing time for those players, I expect, for this season. They should be able to take a huge step up this year with the number 1 offense that played last season. They averaged over 87 points per game. They're going to go up against the number 1 team from last season when they came into right before Selection Sunday, looking to be the number 1 overall seed, the Kansas Jayhawks. And they lost their 2 top scorers in the offseason, going over to the NBA draft, Devon Dotson, Udoka Azubuike, but they bring back Defensive Player of the Year Marcus Garrett. He is back. Ochai Agbaji back as well, bringing a 5-star recruit at guard with Bryce Thompson. David McCormick is back as well here, and Kansas they were last season, as far as their defense, that is what made them last season, as they allowed just over 60 points per game. So here we go. We're going to start this game, everyone, in just a moment. If you guys are new in the channel, make sure to spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that sub, ring that notification bell as well here, folks, as I cover play-by-play of basketball. Big thank you for joining me last night. We had 2 awesome games, Arizona State URI, and then BC versus Villanova, closer than I expected for those 2 games. As we're going to tip this one off just a moment. Thanks so much, Carl Johan here. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well, man. So if I had to predict this game, I'm going to predict Gonzaga for this one. I think it's going to be a great game between these two teams. My prediction is Gonzaga 72, Kansas 66. It's a lot of teal on this court. So if you guys are watching on TV, this is part of the Fort Myers tip-off. Gonzaga going to take on Auburn tomorrow. I'm going to be covering that game as well. Emmy, welcome onto the stream here, liking Kansas. Welcome on the channel. Kansas just controlled the tip. They get the basketball first. They go right to left in the court. Kansas going to take the jumper. That one is a deep one, and it's up and it's good as they dial it. So Kansas on the board first. It's a deep 2 by Agbaji. His foot was on the line. 2-zip Kansas. Gonzaga first possession now with the basketball. Top of the key, Kispert. Moves it over inside. A bump and fall. That's going to be Drew Timme. Should be going to the free throw line shooting 2. What I think about Gonzaga being favorites here by 4 points, I think they can win probably by 3. It might be close. It might be that close, but I took Gonzaga for my prediction. I took Gonzaga by 6 for my prediction. Free throws to the line. Both of them go down. Gonzaga knocks both of those down at the line there by Timme. Tie game up at 2. Kansas had the ball. Gets stolen away by Gonzaga. Lob over the top, and they're going to throw it down. Jalen Suggs able to see him in the action right there. He was able to get the entry pass right underneath it. He throws it down off the steal. great defense. It was 22 for Gonzaga. They didn't even pass the half court. It was Anton Watson, who Kansas was in the backcourt. Marcus Garrett, he was double-teamed. Watson got the steal, and then Watson put it into the hands of Ayayi, and Ayayi floated over the top there, and Suggs threw it down. There was a technical after the play was over, so it was assessed on Gonzaga. Kansas going to go to the free throw line, shoot 2, and both of them go down by Agbaji. 4-4 to score. We just started. If you guys are new in the channel, I cover college basketball games, play-by-play, also NBA games here as well. If you guys are new, spike that thumbs up, hit that like, hit that sub. Let me know down in the chat below who you got in this one, if you're going Kansas, if you're going Gonzaga. So Kansas, after the technical, they also get the basketball back. They take it past the half-court logo. Jayhawks to the left wing perimeter. Agbaji moves over top of the key, back over to the left wing to Garrett. Floats inside the low post here to McCormick. And he gets the ball stolen away. Second steal of the game there by Gonzaga. Going to take it coast to coast. They lay it up and in for 2. Jalen Suggs once again. 4 points on the board for him. Out of the 6 so far for the Zags as they lead it with 18:50 remaining first half. Kansas with the ball once again. Christian Braun drives inside and he loses control of the ball. It goes out of bounds. He tried to split the double team there in Gonzaga. Right out of the gate, forcing turnovers. That's the 3rd turnover in about a minute 15 through this game so far. Gonzaga now with the basketball off the turnover. They take it past the half-court logo. Into the hands of Drew Timme, right wing. Slides it over top of the key here for the Zags. As they're going to pass it back out to Timme. Takes the 3, no good. Big offensive rebound underneath. Puts it up and in. As that is Drew Timme right there at the right baseline, able to get it to fall. And Gonzaga leads at 8-4. 18:15 left to go in the first half. Kansas trailing by 4, having a lot of trouble so far possessing the basketball. Kansas drives inside, a lot of contact. It's going to be called a blocking fall. It's on Gonzaga by number 2, Drew Timme. It's going to send Kansas going to the line, shoot 2. So heading to the free throw line, shooting 2 for Kansas, Marcus Garrett, number 0 for the Jayhawks. L's prediction here is liking the Zags by 12 in this one today. Vaughn's going to pick Kansas to win this game. I'll go over a couple quick scoreboard updates for everybody when we go on to the first timeout. A couple games going on right now. I actually had my Thanksgiving meal like a half an hour ago before I started my stream. So, of course, happy Thanksgiving out to everybody. Marcus Garrett, the free throw line. First shot up and good. Second free throw, that one's good as well. 8-6 Gonzaga. As the Gonzaga has the basketball, 2 minutes through now. Ball into the hands of Timme at the right elbow. Moves it back to the right wing, going to take a 3 here. It's off the mark, no good. And outside by Kisper, and Kansas comes out with a defensive board. Kansas now with the basketball, 17:50 remaining. Top of the free throw circle. Kansas has it, passes it, low post inside, going to put the turnaround jumper, and no good, off the mark right there by McCormack, rebound Gonzaga. Pushing the tempo of the court, wide open. Nice feed underneath right there. Anton Watson with an easy layup off the cut, and Gonzaga leads at 10-6. They can push the ball fast, that's one thing for sure. Kansas going inside, no good. Contact there, but no falls. They get the basketball, lost control of it off the fingertips of a Kansas player, goes out of bounds, and Gonzaga, I believe, is going to have the basketball coming back here. Hey, what's good, Titus? Welcome in the stream, man. It's predicting here Jalen Suggs scoring 35 plus in this game. That'll be insane, man, for his college debut. Suggs has the basketball right now. Passes over to Timme, takes the jumper, got it. Number 2 shooting team in the nation last year behind the Dayton Flyers right there. Timme with a deep 2 jumper at the free throw circle. Gonzaga, largest lead, they lead it by 6. Kansas. Now with the basketball at the left wing is Christian Braun, moves it back to the right corner. Going to take a 3 there by number 10 from the bench, Jalen Wilson. He is way off the mark. He gets rebounded by Gonzaga once again. Suggs going to take it inside. Nice move. Couldn't finish though, but they get the offensive rebound off of it. Bounce past the left baseline. Moves it back to the right wing into the hands of Kisper. Puts it out to the top of the key. Going to slow down tempo here with Ayayi. Moves over to the right corner. Right baseline dribble. Try to go for the dunk. That's a blocking foul by Kansas. And Gonzaga going to shoot 2 coming up at the line. As Mitch Lightfoot gets called with a dunk. Anywhere you can watch it. This game is over on Fox. So it's on national TV over on Fox if you get that channel. Hey, what's good, Eric? Welcome to the stream, man. He predicts Kansas in this one by 5, 67-62. What's good, Jose? Happy Thanksgiving to you, brother, as well. Hey, we're gonna dono, my man Bobby. You are the man, brother. I appreciate it. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well, man. Out in 1620 Nation there, as he's from the Pilgrims, part of Massachusetts there. I heard you were up in New Hampshire, though. That's awesome, man. Enjoy your vacation, brother. Thanks so much, dude. You're the man, Bobby. First free throw goes down at the line there by Corey Kispert. Gonzaga extending their lead. They're up by 7. Yeah, I hope so, Titus. He's looking really good right now for sure for Jalen Suggs. Hey, what's good, Snake Durant? Go. So, yeah, Rondo's not with the Lakers anymore, but I like the pickup of Schroeder and Harrell. Schroeder is able to give him a big spark from the outside, which is huge. And Kansas gets the basketball back and they turn it over. Uncharacteristic Kansas basketball so far in this game is they've had quite a bit of turnovers, sloppy with the ball. And that's another one, as they tried to pass it around the perimeter. There was nobody there. So that is turnover number 4 right now, as we're going to take a timeout on the court. 16-18 left to go in the first half of this one. If you guys are new in the channel, spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that sub, ring that notification bell as well, everybody. I cover play-by-play basketball games, college basketball, along with the NBA as well here on Behind the Arc Basketball, so feel free to stop on by and be a part of the community, as I'm covering a triple header today, by the way, here on Thanksgiving. This game, taking a break after this, and I'll be back later tonight. Boston College versus URI, 7 o'clock. Villanova versus Arizona State. And that game will be right after that one at 9:30. What's good, Jack? Welcome in, man, for stopping on by once again. He's going to go with Gonzaga for this one. I predicted Gonzaga in this one for my prediction. What am I going to do today? I with my family today. I told my girlfriend I wouldn't be able to see her this week, so we're not going to see each other this week because one of the people that I work with at work, he tested positive, and a lot of my coworkers got tested and they all came back negative. But just as a precaution, I'm not going to see my girlfriend this week because one of the people that I work with tested positive earlier this week. Am I a Kansas fan? No, I'm not a Kansas fan. I'm from Massachusetts, but actually I'm a Providence and URI fan for college basketball. This is my top 2 teams. I actually never called URI until last night. That was the first game that I covered Rhode Island before. So right now we're just in a timeout, everyone, as we take a look at the box score so far. Gonzaga leading the way. Drew Timme, he's got 6 points. Jalen Suggs, he's got 4 points so far. 2 assists and a steal by Jalen Suggs. Gonzaga with 2 quick steals in this game. And then 2 points by Corey Kispert, 2 by Anton Watson, as he got one of the quick steals, the first one of the game. And then for Kansas, really struggling with the basketball. 4 turnovers. A lot of miscues on passes. Ochai Agbaji, he's got 4 points. And then 2 points by Marcus Garrett. And just really struggling so far in this game, trying to get into any sort of rhythm. That'll be a no there, Vaughn. I barely go any place or so. Me and my girlfriend, we did pick up at Johnny Rockets last week, and it was crowded. Like, we encountered so many people just going in for pickup there. It was so crowded. I didn't expect it at all. It's kind of like it's like a diner type of seating, because I've never been there before. It's like a smaller type of restaurant facility or so, and it was like really more cramped compared to like other restaurants or so. Oh, that's awesome. Jose's gonna see his girlfriend. He won't be seeing her either till Saturday. That's good that you're seeing her on Saturday, man. That's awesome. Actually, I didn't get a test because I wasn't close to him, because I end work at 4 in the weekdays, and he comes in and he starts his show at 4, so I like never go near him. Alright, 14-6 the scores. We are back here with almost 16 minutes left to go. Gonzaga has the basketball. They put it into the key, but refs blow the whistle there as they're going to travel with the ball. Omar Ballo into the game for the first time in his Gonzaga career as he traveled with it in the key. So he is out there, the big fella, 7-foot center from Mali, number 21. Kansas with the possession once again. Into the hands of Garrett. Moves it over top of the key to Bryce Thompson. The freshman passes outside. Agbaji takes the three, but no, it's off the mark. No good. Rebound Gonzaga. Gonzaga has it. Dribble drive inside. Oh, nice dish it underneath, but they couldn't finish. Ballo got rejected by the bottom part of the rim. Missed the shot. Rebound Kansas. Jayhawks pass out to the left corner. Brown unleashes the three. He is gutted. Christian Brown, he had a couple big games last year that he broke out in against Kansas State, hitting down triples and puts this one win in 5. Gonzaga with the ball once again. Andrew Nembhard into the game for the first time today as he's going to go inside. He scores for 2 by Nembhard. He was eligible. So it's going to be interesting here how head coach Few uses him. Nembhard, eligible transfer here, just started for Gonzaga as far as his eligibility. Was back on Monday. Kansas down by 7, has the ball, dribbles inside. Agbaji puts it high off the glass, no good. They're struggling right now for looks. Gonzaga going to push it up the court again. Driving inside. Too good right there in the post. Corey Kispert. 2 more he adds to his resume as they extend it. 18-9. Oh, yeah, for sure, Titus. March Madness, definitely, man. That's the goal of college basketball this year, is to have an NCAA tournament. Even with, like, all the scheduling problems, that is the main goal here, is to get to the tournament. Another miss by Kansas. Gonzaga shovels the ball out to the left corner. They're going to set up the offense here as they have it at the left wing into the hands of Anton Watson. Passes back out to the top. Gonzaga has it with Ayayi. Joel Ayayi, top of the key. Dribbles now at the left double team. Bounce pass gets deflected out of bounds. It's by a Kansas Jayhawk defender. And Gonzaga will have it right back. Bradley he got tested one time. His results came back negative, and it was the first time that his parents were happy he failed the test. There we go. It's like what we were taught in life here. We were always taught in life to spend time and hang around with the positive people. And in 2020, you have to go around the negative people. Make sure you stay and hang out with the negative people here. If you have to hang out with people, because you don't want to hang out with the positive people in the year 2020. Gonzaga with the ball off the inbound. Kispert cuts through the defense, and he lays it up for 2. They are looking so good right now, just breaking through against the number 10 nationally ranked defense last season. Kansas going to take the jumper to get it top of the key. Number 1, Tyon Grant Foster hits it. So they're going with a little bit different looks, but they're struggling scoring. 20-12 to score. Gonzaga with the basketball. They bobbled it past half court, but they did get it back. What is good? I don't know anymore. Welcome in, man, for stopping them by. Gonzaga inside the post has it. Bobbles the ball inside the key and gets knocked out of bounds. Refs are debating who has it. I think it's close here between Ayayi and Kansas defender in that basketball. The refs are going to say it's out of bounds by Kansas. So yeah, we almost have 50 people in the chat right now. If you guys are new in the channel, feel free to spike that thumbs up, hit that like, hit that sub. I cover play-by-play basketball here and Behind the Arc basketball, so welcome on, everybody. Gonzaga, inbound, spin move underneath, inside the key, and Drew Timme puts it up and in for 2 off the glass. They are looking so good right now. 13-20 left to go in the first half. Kansas with the ball. Gonzaga with 18 out of the 22 points so far in the paint. Kansas moves it back outside, takes another 3, and they knock it down. Marcus Garrett hits it from the perimeter. They are able to stay winning this game because of those 3-point shots. Gonzaga's been pushing the ball up the court constantly every single time and getting so many good looks in the post. Gonzaga moves it around the perimeter. Into the hands of Aaron Cook, the transfer from Southern Illinois. Passes over to the cutter there. Corey Kispert jams it down. Left baseline throws it down, and they're up by 9. All Zags right now. 12:40 left to go in the first half. Kansas slowing down tempo. Garrett has it at the top of the key. Dribbles around Cook. Has it at the right elbow. Moves it back to the right wing. Grant Foster takes the 3. It's off the mark. Rebound Gonzaga. What's good? McNutt is here. Glad to have you stop on by onto the chat here as he is back. Gonzaga with the basketball. Cook moves over to the right corner. Nembhard passes over to the top here into the hands of Kispert. Kispert dribbles. Right wing perimeter. He is swarmed and he's going to pass it back to the top. They take a 3. Hit the front rim. No good by Timme. It's a rebound back to the Jayhawks. 12-10 left to go first half. Kansas has the ball right back. They move it out left corner. Tyon Grant Foster. Passes over to the left wing over to McCormack. Takes the 3. It's off the mark. No good. Kansas trying to settle for a lot of 3s in this one. And Gonzaga gets another board in transition. They take a 3. Hits it. Corey Kispert looking solid in this game as they extended largest lead today so far by Gonzaga. They lead by 12. What's good here, Raptor, my man? Glad to have you on board. That's awesome, brother. And happy Thanksgiving to you, man. He was given that's awesome, $200 bonus, and he decided to bet all his money, so he needs Texans and Lions to score over 50.5 in that game, and then the Cowboys to win later today. He gets around $1,000. That's awesome, man. Best of luck to you, brother. Of course, happy Thanksgiving. Hey, what's good, David? Welcome on the channel here. He is at work, can't listen here, but he's going for Gonzaga in this one. Welcome to stream, man. Really appreciate it. So we're going to go to a timeout here in this one. 11:36 left to go, first half. Gonzaga just hit a big three-point shot from the outside by Corey Kispert. He is looking really good right now. He's the leading scorer for Gonzaga here in this game. He's got 11 points, and he's done tremendous so far in this one. 8 points by Drew Timme. They are just wrecking Kansas inside the post. Gonzaga lighting it up. 68% from the floor shooting so far for the number 2 nationally ranked team in shooting percentage last year. Number 1 offense and points scored per game. And they just picked off where they left off against Kansas here, which would have gone in most likely Selection Sunday. Number 1 overall seed if the NCAA tournament had happened in 2020. And Kansas just really struggling. Haven't been able to get much going on inside the post. Gonzaga here just defensively, they've got length inside, and they've given them quite a bit of different defensive looks today, putting in number 21 Omar Ballo for the first time today, the 7-foot center to defend inside. And yeah, Gonzaga's making it difficult for Kansas so far in this game to try to get any sort of shot inside. So Kansas has been able to survive in this game off of 3 made 3-point shots, but the leading scorer, Marcus Garrett for Kansas, he only has 5 points so far. Yep, McNutters is happy to be back here. Glad to have you back on the channel for McNutters here. If the Jets ever win one more Super Bowl, Snake Durango puts out, donate $80 million to you. He puts out there. Well, I appreciate it, my man, but that's going to be a long, long time for the Jets to win a Super Bowl. Ooh. Looking like they could very well go 0-16 this season. Bradley against Xavier. Thanks so much for the update, man. So, yeah, we're going to do a scoreboard update. 50-49. 12 seconds left to go. Wow. So, Bradley, if I had to predict here for my Missouri Valley, I predicted that Bradley would have finished in the top 3. Northern Iowa yesterday lost to Western Kentucky, but Western Kentucky might be the real deal here. Early in the season, Western Kentucky leading Memphis right now 64-60 with 2:45 remaining in that game. So quite a couple games here to take note of. And yeah, Io DeSumo looking really good. Another game with 20-plus points, 22 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. As, yeah, Illinois leading Chicago State, which Chicago State's one of, like, the worst teams in all college basketball, but Illinois leads them 84-29. So 29 points by Chicago State in that game. There were questions that Chicago State would even, like, if they were even going to be playing today, because I guess the head coach for Chicago State, he pulled out last minute. I guess he opted out of the entire season. So I guess it's one of those, like, coach from home things for this Chicago State team. But yeah, that's a problem when you shoot the ball 12 for 44 from the floor for Chicago State. Ouch. And Adam Miller, once again, a bucket. He scores 15 points. He had a huge game in the first game yesterday for Illinois. So 27-15, we're going to go back from a timeout here in just a moment, folks. If you guys are new in the channel, spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that sub. I cover play-by-play basketball here, college basketball, and the NBA, and Gonzaga looking so good so far in this one as we are back. Gonzaga with the basketball as well. 11.5 left to go. Pass inside to another cutting player, Drew Timme. Slams it down right there with a two-handed flush, and Gonzaga leads it off the Jalen Suggs assist. Up by 14, largest lead of the game. Yep, I don't know anymore is playing me in a fantasy football league this week. Hey, what's good, Ant? Welcome back here, man. Gonzaga looking so good right now. Kansas with the basketball is they're going to go inside. They get that one for 2. 29-17. Gonzaga with it once again. Double teamed inside turnaround, no good. Hit the front rim there by Drew Timme. It's a defensive rebound by Christian Braun to Kansas. Kansas has it at the top, Lightfoot. Puts into the hands of Marcus Garrett. Moves it back over to the right wing. The Brown dribbles now top of the free throw circle. Slides over right corner. Over to the right baseline as they back their way inside for the Jayhawks. Turnaround jumper. That one's good for 2 by Lightfoot. 29-19 with 10.5 left to go. Gonzaga has the ball. Moves it over top of the free throw circle. Drew Timme. Dribbles around the perimeter. He's left open. Lightfoot finally able to guard him as they hand it over to Suggs. Takes the 3 right there. Nice. As he knocks it down, Jalen Suggs able to get around the screen. And he hits a beauty of a 3 as they lead it by 13. 10 minutes left to go in the first half. Gonzaga just hit their second triple of the game. Majority of their work going inside the paint. Kansas now with the basketball. Trying to get something going here with Marcus Garrett. He goes into the lane, floats it up right there as he gets to the fall for 2. 32-21, under 10 minutes left to go in the first half as Gonzaga possesses it now. Jalen Suggs, guarded by Brown, able to get around him. Suggs drives inside, and they're going to get a steal right out of it right there. Suggs was looking for the fall, couldn't get one. Kansas has it right back. Jayhawks moves it out to the right corner. Kansas with the ball, dribbles around the perimeter. Slides it over to the left wing. Marcus Garrett has it, takes it inside now. Moves it back over to Brown at the left corner perimeter. Brown has it, dribbles here as he turns the corner underneath, puts it up, no good, hit the rim short, rebound by Suggs. Gonzaga pushing tempo. Suggs trying to take it inside, and looks like there's going to be a foul called. Clock will start with 9:13. Yeah, I would agree right there, Titus. Illinois sleepers for this season. I think that they look like a Final Four team, man, this year. After one day of basketball, Illinois really impressive. The team I've been most impressed so far has to be Arkansas from yesterday, putting up 140 points. But I got to see more out of that. So they play Mississippi Valley State. That's the only thing, though. But without their top 2 scorers from last season, as they went to the NBA draft, Isaiah Joe and Mason Jones. That team's like basically full of transfers for Arkansas, and for them to put up over 140 points, that is insane. 32-21 the scores. Kansas has the ball right back as they take a jumper and they knock it down. Yeah, welcome on the channel here, Nanu Lee. Appreciate it, man, for stopping them by. There's going to be a stoppage in time here. Gonzaga had the ball, and they tried to go inside, and clock will start with 8:48 left to go, and it was tapped out of bounds by Kansas, so Gonzaga will have it right back. I predict Gonzaga for this one, Ben. So I predicted 72-66 was my prediction for this game for Gonzaga to win. Gonzaga's going to get the inbound. They pass it underneath, and it goes off the knee there. Tristan and Aruna, so Gonzaga will have the ball right once again. Man, Xavier, 1-point winners there. Tight game against Bradley. Defensive type of game, 51-50. Wow. For Bradley to keep that close. Andrew Nembhard, now in the game for Jalen Suggs, as he has the basketball at the top of the key. He moves it over to Joel Ayayi. There's multiple positions, multiple players in this team that can be the primary ball handler. Whether it's Nembhard, Suggs, Ayayi, so many different players they'll throw at you. Gonzaga took the jumper. They're going to call a shot clock violation, though, on Gonzaga, so Kansas will have the ball right back. Jalen Suggs so far, he's got 7 in this game. 7 points, 3 assists, and 1 steal. Kansas has a turnaround jumper in the paint, and they get that one. Rolls around for 2, David McCormick. So Kansas had a lot of trouble early on in this game trying to get any sort of scoring as they tried to go inside. Nothing underneath the hoop. They've been selling for mid-range turnaround jumpers and able to get those to fall down. Gonzaga has the ball. They pass it around the perimeter. Ball gets tapped out of bounds. I believe it's out of bounds by Kansas here. Clock will stop with 7:57. Man, Illinois up by 60 once again. Jeez, yeah, 91-29. That is insane. Man, 29 points by Chicago State. They only got 4 minutes left to go. So welcome to the channel, Kevion. Glad to have you on board, man. Really appreciate it. Let's see. Right now we're on a timeout here. Gonzaga is up by double digits. Kansas has drawn back here, winning 7 right now as we'll go on a timeout. Gonzaga's largest lead. They were up by 14 at one point in this game, and they were pushing tempo, getting everything to fall for Gonzaga. As of late, though, Kansas started out this game really struggling to shoot the ball from the floor. Couldn't get anything going inside. Had a lot of terrible looks. They tried to settle for threes. They couldn't get much. But they've gone now for more like turnaround jumpers in the key. And that's what's really helped them get this game right back over to single digits in this one so far. Gonzaga leading the boards. They're tearing it up 13-5 right now in the rebounds. Hey, what's good, Ian? Welcome back, man, for stopping by. Yeah, Chicago State's like one of the worst teams in D1 for college basketball. My man, Vegas. Glad to have you back, brother. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys out there. That's awesome, man. His birthday's in 14 days. Happy early birthday to you, brother. I'll probably be streaming on 14 days from now. So we'll make sure to wish you a happy birthday. Couple scoreboard updates from today. Xavier in a nail-biter over Bradley, 51-50. The final score in that one. Number 8 ranked Illinois leading Chicago State with under 4 minutes left to go, 91-29. Close game here, 25 seconds remaining, but Western Kentucky trying to put the second upset in the books tonight here. Charles Bassey, 19 points, 14 rebounds for WKU. They lead over Memphis in the semifinals of the Bad Boy Mowers Crossover Classic, 69-64. And then this game right now, it's Gonzaga who leads it 32-25. So Vaughn puts out this week, he has no excuse to lose in fantasy. He thinks that he put together a very good lineup. That's good. December 11th for my man Vegas here. That's his big birthday there, the big 18 for my man. So right now we're just in a timeout, folks. Let me know down in the chat below who you got in this game. If you're going Gonzaga here, if you're going Kansas, feel free to type that out in the chat if you guys would like. If you guys enjoyed the stream, make sure to spike that thumbs up. Hitting that like button helps out a ton with this video being found on YouTube. Hit that subscribe if you'd like to come back for future live streams. If you're really digging this channel here, ring that notification bell as well. As I cover play-by-play basketball games here on Behind the Arc Basketball, college games, also NBA games here as well. So right back after a timeout as we're going to get back to it. 7:57 left to go when we get the next inbound coming up after this timeout finishes. Yeah, Mercer's pretty bad too. So there's a lot of teams that it's going to be a rough season for them. Mississippi Valley State, ouch. That is a rough start for them yesterday against Arkansas. Titus predicts that Gonzaga is going to take this one. My prediction in the pregame here, I predicted Gonzaga by 6. In this game, 72-66. Any good college basketball games on December 11th, I'll see there, man. I'll take a look at that and see what I can find when I have the chance. So we are right back into it. Kansas going to have the basketball. 7:50 left to go as they have it inside. Backing their way inside the post, going to put it up. No good. Hit the side of the rim. Rebound Gonzaga. They go for the full court pass here, but they're going to set up the offense. Gonzaga bounce pass. At the left baseline into the hands of Anton Watson. Moves it out to Nembhard. Nembhard has it top of the key. As Suggs is on the bench, Nembhard, the primary point guard right now for Gonzaga. Gonzaga had to try to dribble inside. Ball got stolen away by Kansas as there was nobody there, and Kansas took it down the right side of the court, and they stepped out of bounds, I believe, here. It's going to be by Agbaji. It was a battle, yeah, it was a battle between Agbaji and Nembhard. Refs here meeting for the call. This might get reversed. So I'll let you guys know what the call is in just a moment once they have it. So yeah, it got reversed. So it's going to be Kansas basketball. So it was out of bounds. The refs will swap it. It was out of bounds by Nembhard, as Agbaji and Nembhard were both chasing after the ball. So Kansas going to get the inbound coming back. They put the ball into the backcourt here. Marcus Garrett with it. Takes it past the half-court logo. He's guarded by Nembhard. Dribbles now to the left elbow, hands it over to Agbaji, turns the corner, floats it up mid-range, and he gets the bounce right there for 2. Back to a 5-point game. Gonzaga pushing tempo. Full court pass. Nobody was back defending. Easy layup right there for 2 more by the Zags. As that one goes down by Drew Timme. They caught Kansas sleeping. They've done that a couple of times today. Kansas now has it. Moves it around the perimeter. Shot fake Enaruna. Drives inside. Going in for the layup with a left hand. Gutted a fall. This game's really picked up throughout like the second portion of this first half. Gonzaga with it. Top of the key Nembhard. Dribbles now at the right baseline. Nembhard shot fake. Passes right back outside. Into the hands of Kispert. Kispert, the leading scorer for Gonzaga. Moves it back over to Ayayi. Ayayi has it guarded by Garrett here at the left wing. Dribbles now at the right wing. Turns the corner. Gets behind the defender. Lays it up and in. David McCormack could not stay with him. And Gonzaga extends it here to 7. 36-29. Bangy Dangy, what's good here for stopping on by, man? Really appreciate it. Darkness, welcome to the channel here, my man. Glad to have you on board once again. Frederick here, glad to have you on board once again. Got a push last night on Arizona State today. He is on the Zags first half, and for the full game, he's liking Gonzaga here. Gonzaga just got the rebound. They lead at 36-29. Nembhard has the basketball. He's guarded by Agbaji. He's double teamed now. Nembhard able to get it away. Under 6 left to go. Passes underneath into the hands of Timme. Goes the distance right there. Lays it up and in for 2. Off the backboard by Drew Timme. They are doing their part inside in this game so far by Gonzaga. As we're going to go to a timeout. It was Joel Ayayi a couple plays ago. Able to turn the corner. And he was the one who scored up and in off the glass. And then Timme right back inside. And they're doing their work today so far in this game. Inside the post. That is how Gonzaga is able to have this game so far in this one. Majority of their points have been scored right in the paint. Wow, that's right down to the wire there. Western Kentucky against Memphis. Western Kentucky just hit a free throw, so they lead at 72-69 against Memphis. And that game's got 4 seconds left to go, so that's a scoreboard update there. Ooh, West Virginia, if they can upset Gonzaga in that game, I really think that game's going to be close. I'm going to still go with Gonzaga right now, though, for that game, but I think that one could be really close there. I have to see some more West Virginia. They actually had a close game yesterday, which I was shocked about. Okay, so let's see here. Vegas' birthday is coming up. So Vegas' birthday on the 11th. I just got the schedule up here. Let's see what we got. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to have for games this day. This is a Friday. So I don't know what they're going to put on Fridays here. And I think college football has stuff on ESPN on Friday. There's a lot of games, but I don't get the Big Ten Network. And they have a lot of games there. And they put Iowa State on the Big Ten Network for some reason. So we are right back into it, 38-29. Gonzaga going to get the steal. They go the distance right there, and they throw it down with a two-handed flush right after the timeout. Man, they've had multiple dunks in this one so far. Kansas, once again, trying to get something going on, as their defense has got ripped to shreds here in the first half, still with 5:20 left to go. Kansas goes inside, and they're going to get bumped and fouled here, so they're going to go to the free throw line and shoot 2. Hey, thanks so much, Bangy Dangy. Really appreciate it, man, for stopping on by here. Happy Thanksgiving out to you guys as well. Jose here just went outside and cleaned his dog's dookie, looks like. And his trash he picked up right there. Interesting, man. Glad to have you back, Jose. 2 free throws coming up at the line here for Kansas. Marcus Garrett hits the first one, 10-point game. Hey, what's good, Arku? Welcome in, man, for stopping on by. Yeah, Jalen Suggs looking good so far in this game. He hasn't got like a ton of minutes so far, but really efficient from the floor when he's played. 3 for 5 scoring, and he's got 7 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. He got a slam dunk really early in like the first 3 minutes of this one. He got an alley-oop jam. 40-31 the score. Both of these teams perfect at the free throw line, by the way. I wish Rhode Island could have used that motivation yesterday because they struggled. They shot the ball 60% at the line. That's why they lost yesterday. Gonzaga just turned it over. Kansas has the ball right back. Brown takes the three. That one's contested off the mark. No good. Gonzaga with a rebound. Gonzaga takes it past the half-court logo. Nembhard dishes out. Nice pass to the right wing. They're going to take the three. It hit the rim short. And it's no good. Gonzaga will get it right back off this rebound. Thanks so much, Titus. Really appreciate it, man, for dropping on by here. Being a part of the channel, brother. Glad to have you on board, man. Christian Brown spots up. He's wide open. Takes the three. Sinks it. This game is really pushed tempo today with these two teams. We're looking at a little bit of a preview here for like a deep tournament game between these two teams. Gonzaga has it. Pass over to Ballo. Getting some minutes today. As he didn't play last season. Was a red shirt. As they put it all the way back. All the way to the back corner of the front court here. But Gonzaga able to get it right back. Corey Kispert has the ball. 5 on the shot clock. 4 minutes as we approach that mark. Deep three. Knocks it down. Right from the Fort Myers logo right there. He hits it by Corey Kispert. 43-34 with 3:50 left to go in the first half. And that was a phenomenal shot right there. What is good? Wadi Wak Tommy. Welcome in, man, for stopping on by, brother. Oh, you're from Belgium. Glad to have you on the channel, man. That's awesome. We get some international reach out here. Titus from Belgium. That's awesome, brother. And enjoy your meal, man. It's Thanksgiving here in the U.S. And we actually had, like, right before I streamed, it was lunchtime over here. It's 2:10 p.m. where I am on the East Coast. Lara, welcome on board here. Glad to have you stop on by. Gonzaga looking good so far. That was a huge three just a couple moments ago by Corey Kispert. Him and Drew Timme lead the scoring right now with 14 points. And then 7 points by Jalen Suggs so far in this game. Suggs being efficient. He hasn't received a whole ton of minutes so far, so we're going to go on the timeout. 43-34. Andrew Nembhard's got quite a bit of playing time at the point today. He's got 2 assists. Who do I think is going to win here later? URI or BC? I'm going to take URI in that one, Raptor. That line, by the way, is even for that game. But I'm going to take URI. Villanova could have played much better yesterday. That was no excuse. They let BC have their way. Like, BC kept on taking everything inside. Like a bunch of mid-major transfer players were like making a name for themselves yesterday. Like Rich Kelly and Frederick Scott. They were tearing it up yesterday for BC. Carving out the Villanova defense. Like, they kept on dribbling it right into the lane, and Villanova just couldn't stop them until like the final stage of the game where they went with Jeremiah Robinson Earl. That is interesting there, Lara puts out. Welcome to the channel. Really appreciate it. Lara from Canada. Glad to have you on board here. Of course, my man Vegas going to take URI as well. Hey, what's good, Isaac Plays? Welcome in, man. This game's over on Fox. So, if you have broadcast TV, this game is over on the TV channel Fox. Yeah, Canada's doing a much better job than the U.S. right now. U.S. is really struggling. And this weekend, it's really concerning because this is like the super spreader of events this weekend, because we have our Thanksgiving today. And a lot of people flew out and are traveling to see family. And I think a lot of people are going to have like big family gatherings. Yeah, Raptor puts out, he thinks my goal will be to call as many teams I haven't called before. Well, this certainly helps here this week that I've seen a couple new teams that I've never called before. And I'm going to get like a good amount of them coming up. So Jose here is watching me, he's going to go play on the phone. He's watching me right now on the TV. That's awesome. Awesome, man. We get some NFL going on. Texans looking good. That's awesome. I get Deshaun Watson, my fantasy team, too, already at halftime. 23 they put up at the half to 14 by Detroit. That's awesome, man. If you guys are new on the channel, spike the thumbs up. Hitting that like helps out this video a ton being found on YouTube. Hit the subscribe. Ring that notification bell as well as I cover play-by-play here, basketball, on Behind the Arc Basketball. You guys are awesome for stopping on board here. And if you're out in the U.S., by the way, happy Thanksgiving to everybody as well. So, I'm going to be back tomorrow morning as well covering Gonzaga. So, Gonzaga in back-to-back days. I also have 2 games later tonight. Rhode Island versus Boston College at 7. And then Villanova versus Arizona State tonight at 9:30. So yeah, a couple of surprises from yesterday. Pittsburgh lost to St. Francis of Pennsylvania 80-70. Kansas State lost to Drake yesterday by 10 as well. And then Georgia Tech lost to Georgia State in 4 overtimes. Yeah, that is crazy. A 4 OT game, 123-120 the final from yesterday. And St. John's won at the buzzer against St. Peter's. So St. John's actually plays today as well. That's a game to keep note on. For St. John's, they take on LaSalle, and that game's actually going on right now. St. John's leads at 7-4. So 3.5 left to go as we get right back into this one. 43-34, Gonzaga with the basketball. Anton Watson has it, free throw circle. Moves over into the hands of Timmy. Dribbles now, spin move inside the post, puts it up. Timmy for 2 as he gets to the fall. Gonzaga in full control of this game. 45-34, approaching 3 minutes remaining. Kansas with the ball as they're going to take it past the half-court logo. Garrett has it at the top of the key, moves over Agbaji. He is open, takes the 3, knocks it down. Kansas able to stay in this game because of the 3-point shots they've hit, and that was a good look right there by Ochai Agbaji. Gonzaga has it right back. Around the perimeter dribbling. Into the hands of 55. Dominic Harris for the first time today. Dumps it off inside the post. As that pass from Watson over to Timmy, and Timmy gets fouled. And Drew Timmy will find his way to the free throw line here. Shoot 2 for the Zags. Yeah, that's correct. Raptor puts out UCLA lost yesterday at San Diego State. So first free throw, no good at the line by Timmy. Yeah, every holiday's a super spreader. This is, we got Thanksgiving today in the U.S., and then Christmas comes up a month from now. Hey, what's good, my man? Little man knows sports, brother. Glad to have you on the stream, man. My URI Rams playing South Florida on Saturday. I plan on covering that game at 5:30, so feel free to stop on by, brother, for that one. 46-37, Kansas going to take the 3 straight away. They knock it down. For the triple by Agbaji, they draw a win in 6. Gonzaga now with the basketball. They've controlled this entire game so far. They have it at the left wing perimeter, but that ball is going to get taken away by Kansas. There's a foul, though, on the court. Clock will stop with 2:16. I believe it's on Gonzaga here as the clock will stop. Great defense coming in there. That was Agbaji right with a steal. And that's Gonzaga's. Gonzaga has 7, yeah, so Kansas now on the bonus. So it's going to be Agbaji here in a 1-on-1 bonus at the line. Yeah, for sure, brother. Should hopefully be a really good game between the two teams. I think both of those two teams are even. Like this game for Rhode Island against BC, and then against South Florida on Saturday. Both of those teams seem like really even for URI. I was shocked that they actually did like that well yesterday. For sure, man. I'm having an awesome Thanksgiving, brother. Hope all is well to you, man, too. And happy Thanksgiving out to you guys. First free throw. Good at the line by Agbaji. Second one, that one was a miss, no good. And Gonzaga gets the rebounds. What's good, Diego? Welcome in, man, for stopping by. Happy Thanksgiving, man. Gonzaga has it, takes it past half court, and Kansas going to get called here with a reach and fall. Clock will stop now. So Gonzaga's going to get the inbound. Kansas now has 6 fouls. Next time that Kansas picks up a foul, they're going to go to the free throw line, and they just did. Andrew Nembhard tried to take it inside, and Nembhard's going to go to the free throw line coming up as the foul was picked up by number 10, Jalen Wilson. Off the dribble drive by Nembhard inside. Oh, sorry to hear that, Isaac. Sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, this game's on television. If you have a TV with an antenna, you'll be able to get it if you have Fox for the station. So Little Man's taking Gonzaga in this one as well. I predicted Gonzaga by 6 in this one. 72-66. The free throws, both of them go down by the Florida transfer Nembhard at the line. 1:50 left to go first half. Kansas now with the basketball. They have it at the top with Jalen Wilson. Puts the ball now into the hands of Bryce Thompson, as he is the freshman coming in for Kansas, and Kansas is going to take a 3 from the perimeter. Actually, it's going to be a deep 2. His foot was on the line, but knocked it down. 48-43, 5-point game with 1:30 left to go. Gonzaga moves it around the perimeter. Nembhard has it at the left wing, drives inside, dishes out to the right wing. They're going to take a catch-and-shoot 3. It's up, got it. Corey Kispert having a great game so far. Gonzaga put in a 50-plus spot on the board here against the number 10 ranked defense from last season, what would have been the number 1 overall seed in the NCAA tournament with Kansas, and they've allowed 51 here so far in the first half with 1:12 left to go. Kansas passes underneath, and it's going to be a foul here in the court as the clock will stop with 1:12 left to go, and there's going to be 2 shots coming up at the free throw line. I think that's going to be a really close game tonight, Ian puts out. He thinks URI is going to beat BC. I predict that as well. I hope so, man, as well. URI doesn't get, like, many quality opportunities because they play in the A10. Whereas, like, if you're a team like Boston College, Providence, like a team from New England that's, like, a major conference team, you have all those games in the world. When you go into conference play, like Boston College, will have the opportunity to take on Duke, UNC, Virginia, Florida State. So they'll have quad 1 opportunities, where this is for Rhode Island. Every single time you get to play against a major conference team, it really helps. And it definitely helps out more when you beat that team or make it a close game like last night. So free throws to the line. First one, no good. Second one was good by Kansas. It's 51-44. Gonzaga has it. 1 minute left to go before halftime. They have 51 on the board. They pass over to the right corner, and they're going to get called with an offensive foul here away from the basketball, as Kansas will have it right back. Hey, glad to have you on board, my man, Little Man, and enjoy your Thanksgiving meal out there with the family. That's awesome, man, and happy Thanksgiving out to you, brother. That's awesome. NBA starts on Ian's birthday. That's great, man. Yep, starting back next month. Isaac plays going out for Kansas in this one. What is good, Landon? Welcome in, man, for stopping on by. 50 seconds left to go before halftime. Kansas now with the basketball. They have it into the hands of Marcus Garrett. Dribble drive inside. Garrett floats it up. There's contact, though, underneath. And they're going to call an offensive foul by Garrett as he runs over Gonzaga defender into the lane. Gonzaga takes the charge, and they're going to get the ball back with 42.4 left to go on the clock before halftime. Anton Watson, the one in the post who took the charge. Yeah, I got some birthdays here on the channel in December. I remember when I was calling NBA, like my birthday's in October, and we had like a ton of other October birthdays out there. So Gonzaga going to have the basketball right back. They have it at the left wing over to the top of the key. Nembhard has it. 28 seconds left to go. 12-second differential shot clock and game clock. Nembhard went to drive inside. He tried to go in for the layup. It got blocked out of bounds, though, by Bryce Thompson. And Gonzaga is going to have it back with 9 in the shot clock. Looks like they're going to take a timeout as well. So we're going to go to a timeout here with about 40 seconds left to go here. Gonzaga leads 51-44. Yep, grateful that we'll have Christmas games this year. Grateful to spend time with the family. And grateful for everything in my life that I've got going on right now. That's the big thing. Yeah, Texans up against Detroit here, 23-14. Hopefully Deshaun Watson's doing good. I got him on my fantasy team. I think it was projected for like 23 points or so this week. Yeah, that's insane. Gonzaga's already scored more than Xavier and Bradley in the entire game. That's crazy. So that was a quick timeout. Just to update you guys, earlier games, Xavier beat Bradley 51-50. Western Kentucky won against Memphis 75-69. And then there was a game yesterday, Clemson against Mississippi State. and Clemson won that game, and Mississippi State couldn't even score 50 points. Final score was 53-42. It's just me and my parents and my sister. That's all for my family this year. So we don't really like hang out with other family members or so because of this whole thing going on. But yeah, it's just me and my mom and my dad and my sister. So Gonzaga with the basketballs, they're going to take a three as the shot clock expires and they hit it. Huge triple there right after the timeout by Gonzaga with 10 seconds left to go before halftime. Kansas has it. The push the tempo is, they're going to put it back outside. Takes the three, it's good. They draw within 7 as the shot clock goes down. The game clock goes down to 0 and we go into halftime here. 54-47 Gonzaga. Torching Kansas, especially inside the post in this one. Kansas lucky able to hit that three right before half, and they draw 1-7 in this game. But man, Gonzaga just, the story, their offense here on pace for 100 plus as we're going to go into halftime. Yeah, Landon's excited about Kentucky this season. Doesn't know why. Ranked at number 2 though, SEC poll behind Tennessee. Interesting question. I actually had Kentucky at number 1 in mind. Because I felt that the impact of their recruiting class would be huge with all the 5 stars they have coming in. They have the number 1 recruiting class this season for Kentucky. And then also they get Olivier Sarr, which I feel like is going to be huge for Kentucky this year. The senior from Wake Forest. And it was their defense that carried them yesterday against Morehead State. They allowed less points the entire game than what Gonzaga has scored right now. I think they were in the 40s for Morehead State yesterday. Yeah, Tennessee returns 4 of their 5 starters, but I think they're going to be much improved this year for Tennessee, but I have Kentucky over Tennessee, though, in mind. Yeah, Mississippi State, that's how bad Mississippi State is in that first one. Ouch. Like, Mississippi State 2 years ago was a tournament team, and then they were on the bubble last year, and they couldn't even score 50 points yesterday. It was... They took on Clemson. So yeah, Clemson won that game 53-42 against Mississippi State last night. Yeah, Kansas City, Missouri. So Kansas City Chiefs out in Missouri. There's a Kansas City, Kansas, then Kansas City, Missouri. Is the more popular of the two. It's interesting, like how they do like city and town lines and stuff. Because they have Bristol, Virginia, and Bristol, Tennessee. So they have like 2 cities in 1 state. Yeah, so there's a Kansas City, Kansas. But the more known one is a Kansas City, Missouri. That's really... So yeah, it's in 2 states. So they have the same thing as Bristol, Virginia, and Tennessee. Yeah, wow. Yeah, it's really odd how they do it. It's by like state lines. They just look that up. So yeah, right now we're at halftime, but man, we had a blast yesterday calling these games, and once again, just I did not expect this much offense to be going down in these types of games, but man, there are right now. If you guys really enjoy what I do here, make sure to spike that thumbs up. Hitting that like helps out this video a ton, being found on YouTube. Hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell as well here, as right now we're just at halftime. What's good, my man Gavin? Welcome in, brother, for being a part here once again. Happy Thanksgiving, man, to you as well. Glad to have you on board, man. Luka Garza from Iowa. So he needs to mention that I heard about him. Yeah, he is the National Player of the Year, preseason National Player of the Year pick for Luka Garza. He was phenomenal last season. He improved so much. He was averaging like almost 24 points per game last season and almost 10 rebounds per game last year for Iowa. Like he carried the Hawkeyes. He was just incredible last season. They got a deep team as far as scoring. I think that them and Arizona State, like those are two electric offense type of teams this season, but big question mark is whether their defense can step up this year. That's the big question. Or so for Iowa. Same as Arizona State once we get through like a lot of these games, because those two offenses are going to be fun to watch. Hey, what's good, Tara? Welcome on the channel. So a couple scoreboard updates for everybody going on right now. St. John's almost lost to St. Peter's yesterday. And St. John's only leading LaSalle 11-9. And they have 10:42 left to go in the first half. So, yeah, that's a struggle for St. John's. Like, by that rate, a lot of these teams, when you're, like, halfway past the first half mark, a lot of these teams have, like, 20, 25, 30 points already on the board with, like, 10 minutes left to go before halftime. And St. John's only has 11 to show for right now as they lead against LaSalle 11-9. That is the score so far right now. East Tennessee State, they just got crushed yesterday in their game. Somehow they're leading Austin Peay 20-16, and this is a team that lost their head coach. They finished last year with over 30 wins, I think, and 3 losses, and they lost their head coach. They lost the rest of the roster as well. Hey, Barbara, welcome on the channel here. Glad to have you on board. Thanks so much. Really appreciate it for the sub. You're awesome. Nanu, welcome on the team here. Nanu is proud of his team for competing. Disappointed that Kansas is trailing, though, but young guys will only keep on getting better as the year goes on and can still win this game here. It's been really interesting just to see how these games have gone without any fans. It's been shockers with a lot of these games or so early on. And Nebraska taking on Nevada right now. That game's actually tied. Nebraska put up over 100 points their first game, which they could not do last season. By the way, Illinois all over Chicago State. Final score 97-38. Illinois looks so good right now as they move on to 2-0. Yeah, I remember J.J. Watt's serious injury. That was bad, man. It was unfortunate with that injury. I saw Rex Burkhead's injury last week watching the game, and ouch, that was just a terrible injury. Just got his knee absolutely taken out. Injury is the worst part of the game. Indeed, if you guys are new on this channel, I cover play-by-play basketball action here, college basketball, also NBA. Make sure to spike that thumbs up. Hit that like, hit that sub, ring that notification bell. Behind the Arc fan, what's good here, brother, for stopping by? Glad to have you on board, man. He just woke up. 6:30 a.m. here. He's got to get ready for school. Wow. It's Thanksgiving over here in the U.S., but over in Australia here, happy Friday morning to you out there at 6:30 in the morning, man. This is a early game where he is right now. Yeah, Kentucky's defense was the one that led their way through Morehead State yesterday. So Landon thinks Kentucky's defense can win them games this year. I agree to that. I think they should be able to get through Richmond with no problem in the next one. Richmond lost one. They lost their top 3-point shooter to an ACL injury before the season started. Kansas really struggling to defend the paint in this game. Gonzaga doing like all their work inside. Hey, what's good, Patrick? Welcome in, man, for stopping on by. Happy Thanksgiving, brother. Sorry to hear that the app isn't working, man, but glad to have you on board here. Once again, hope all is well. Yeah, I saw that yesterday. Didn't see the highlight reel, but I heard about that with the Greg Brown poster yesterday for Texas, man. Texas looking good so far in that first game. Majority of teams looking pretty solid so far, and then there's a couple teams that's just been disappointing. throughout the first game or so. Pittsburgh, Kansas State, which I expected Kansas State to be just really bad this year. And then Georgia Tech losing to Georgia State. I did not think that was going to happen. And then USC in their game that went into overtime. I was shocked about that. Welcome in from Mexico here. Glad to have you on the channel. Luis Quintero, welcome on board here. Going out for Kansas in this one. Hey, what's good, my man Jason? We got a dono on here. Let's get that dono hype in the chat for my man Jason. You are the man, brother. University of Kentucky gonna win it all. He's looking for a strive for 9 here. Happy Thanksgiving to you, my man. Glad to have you on board once again. People thought Texas was gonna be an upset victim in their season opener. Not at all. Shaka Smart this year, he's in the same position as Jim Christian for Boston College. As both of these coaches with their jobs on the line, and yeah, that would definitely be a fire if you're losing as Texas Rio Grande Valley. But Texas got their entire starting lineup back from last season. They didn't. I don't think they lost a single player in their roster. Like, all these players are, like, all, like, upperclassmen. This team's loaded, like, seniors and juniors on Texas. And then Greg Brown, a 5-star freshman. And Greg Brown had a double-double yesterday. He had 11 points, 10 rebounds. So, great debut for him. Barbara hoping Missouri can make the tournament there. But Missouri, I think, could be a dark horse this season in the SEC. They got a lot of upperclassmen on their roster. I don't think they lost a lot in the off season. It's if they can put the pieces there together, Missouri has a chance. Ant's gonna go with Kentucky going 24-3 this season for his prediction. So we take a look at this game so far, and Gonzaga just doing everything inside. That's how Gonzaga's doing so far in this game. Out-rebounding Kansas 19-6, and that is the concern here, that Kansas lost Azubuike to graduation, and losing your 7-foot center came with a costly price there, as they only have 6 rebounds to show for in that first half, and Gonzaga plus 13 on the boards. That is crazy that Kansas is actually in this game so far still, that they're only trailing right now at halftime. Actually, one second before the break, they had counted it a 3. I just looked at ESPN. They later posted it to a 2. So it was 54-47, and then they just rolled it 54-46. Interesting. So a little bit of a scoreboard minor adjustment there. I guess they must have reviewed that during the course of halftime, because Kansas got a late 3-point shot right before the horn. Okay, so yeah, Bryce Thompson with 2 seconds left, and they had counted it. So they had previously counted it on Fox. They had counted it as a 3, but they put it as a 2. So it's actually an 8-point game. That's awesome behind the arc fan right there. BJ Boston looking good so far. Terrence Clark played a better game though, but looking solid there for the 2 5-stars. That's awesome, man. Yeah, Gonzaga is one of the toughest non-conference schedules this season. Like right out of the gate here, they have before they get into WCC play, which is basically BYU. That's basically going to be their competition, but that's it. BYU looks the rest of the WCC looks just really weak so far. San Francisco lost to UMass Lowell yesterday. Portland's always been on the bottom of the conference, same as Loyola Marymount. And St. Mary's does not look like they got like any firepower this year, losing Jordan Ford to graduation. So, yeah, WCC's got a lot of teams that's going to be at the bottom of the conference. But Gonzaga here is the non-conference schedule that they have a bunch of national games on, getting the exposure out. This game against Kansas. Tomorrow they get a game as well on Fox against Auburn, which Auburn is in shambles right now. I don't even think they're going to have their five-star point guard Sharif Cooper play in that game. I think that they're still there's still things swirling about his eligibility. He might not even get to play college basketball this year. So that's where Auburn stands. They also got an NCAA tournament ban that Auburn got. They got that, I think it was on Sunday. They got assessed with an NCAA tournament ban for this year. So they won't even be in the tournament. So this is like a rebuilding season for Auburn. They have 6 players they lost in the off season. 5 of them seniors, and then the other one, Isaac Okoro, to the NBA. And yeah, this is just a bunch of players that's barely got any playing time last year with a bunch of new recruits. And Auburn plays St. Joseph's today. That actually could go down as being like a close game, possibly upset there if St. Joseph's able to pull that off. West Virginia, though, replacing Tennessee. I really would have loved to see that matchup, Tennessee against Gonzaga, but West Virginia going to replace them in the Jimmy V Classic next Wednesday. And then Baylor, that's going to be a huge game on Saturday, December 5th against Baylor. So they get some good teams right out of the gate here. Kansas, West Virginia, Baylor. Also got Iowa on December 19th. So some big-time national exposure. And then the game against Auburn as well, which Auburn, I don't think they're going to be anything like last year. This was the year to take their tournament ban for Auburn, because they're in a huge rebuild mode this year. Hey, what's good, Harry? Welcome in, man, for stopping on by. Devon Daniels, he had 29 points last night for NC State. So it looks like he paid attention to that game. It's cool, man. Yeah, Auburn got banned from the tournament this year. It's unfortunate. This was the year to take that ban, though, because I just don't expect them to be anywhere close to where they were. Yes, yep, Illinois facing Baylor, that's correct. That's going to be a huge game. That's next week. Gonzaga against West Virginia, and then the late game on that same night. That's Illinois-Baylor. That's crazy, like all the good games we've got so far. National exposure with a ton of these games. Alright, so here we go. We're going to start the second half. If you guys are new to the channel, spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that sub. Ring that notification bell as well, as we are back here to basketball. Gonzaga leads by 8, 54-46. Kansas going to have the basketball as they take it past the half-court logo. Yeah, Oklahoma State's still banned from this year's tournament as well. So nothing happened with their appeal so far. They appealed it, but there's been, like, no news about that. Kansas, turnaround jumper in the key, and that one's good for 2 by McCormack. 54-48 the score. 19.5 left to go here in a second. Gonzaga with the basketball as they have it at the right wing perimeter. Jalen Suggs dribbles, he gets bumped, and that's going to be a foul picked up. As it's on number 33, David McCormack for Kansas. Cal plays Stanford tomorrow. Big rivalry game there in college football, looks like. Yep, Champions Classic coming up on Tuesday. Kentucky, Kansas there. Good night at Champions Classic for sure. Yeah, it's so odd, man, with all the empty seats. Providence doesn't even play in the Dunkin' Donuts Center this year. Providence has their games at Alumni Hall, and they got cardboard cutouts all around the court for Providence. So they play in a really small court at their practice facility. That's where they're playing this year, is at Alumni Hall, and they have all cardboard cutouts all around it. Georgia Tech still banned from the NCAA tournament? No. They are eligible this year for Georgia Tech. So they were banned last year, and they're back this year, but that's going to hurt them with yesterday's 4-overtime loss against Georgia State. Gonzaga takes the 3. It's off the mark. No good. Rebound Kansas. Jayhawks with the basketball. Creates separation. Takes the 3. Knocks it down. Good dribble right there to get that one off around the perimeter. They knock it down from the left wing outside. Gonzaga dumps it off inside the post. Quick score there for 2 by Drew Timme. Kansas has it. They'll take it right past the half-court logo. Slowing down tempo here is Marcus Garrett with the basketball. Moves out to the left wing. Brown passes inside the post as Kansas has it. Shot fake here. Going to go inside. Turnaround jumper, and 33 grinds it out. David McCormack with 2 more off the turnarounds. Kansas drawn within 3 right here, and because they've been able to score a lot of those mid-range plays right inside the key, that's how they've been able to get right back into it. Gonzaga has it at the free throw circle. Drew Timme with the basketball. Moves over left corner. They try to pass inside to get intercepted, though, by Kansas. Kansas now with the ball right back. Christian Brown can tie it with a 3. Instead, he's going to pass it off to Garrett, still around the perimeter. Garrett moves it back over to Brown. Brown now with it. Moves it back over to the left wing. Going to take a 3. Agbaji missed it, though. Hit the front rim. Rebound Gonzaga. Gonzaga has a pushing tempo. Jalen Suggs lost it. Ball poked away, but they're going to call a whistle to foul. That's going to be a reach-in foul right there. Picked up by Kansas. Clock will stop now, as Jalen Suggs is able to draw the second foul by a Kansas defender in the second half. Can I see 2 A-10 teams in the tournament? Yes. I see St. Louis in the tournament. St. Louis is one of my sleeper teams. That team is deep. And I got to see them play last year against URI, and that team has size. St. Louis and probably Richmond right now. But I wouldn't be shocked if there's another team instead of Richmond that's able to come out from the A-10. Because Richmond, right before the season started, Richmond lost one of their key starters. He got injured. He's out for the season. Kansas got the ball right there off the steal, and they're going to go coast to coast inside with a hard-fought layup. That's good for 2. Gonzaga has it right back. 17.5 left to go. And a 1-point lead by Gonzaga. They have it at the top of the key. Into the hands of Ayayi. Hands it over to Jalen Suggs. Suggs passes. Nice move inside with a layup right there off a windmill-type layup. Able to put it up and in off the backboard. Clock will stop with 17:56. It looked like, yeah, it was contact and a foul. They're not going to give him the bucket, though. And they're going to call, it's going to be a foul, actually, on Gonzaga. That looked like it was on Kansas, but they're going to reverse it here, so it's on Gonzaga. Offensive foul, and Kansas will have it right back. Yeah, Western Kentucky's 2-0. A big win once again today. Beating 2 quality teams. Northern Iowa and Memphis. 2 teams that's in, like, the top 50. Thoughts about Texas State this year? Oof. Not gonna make the tournament. Yeah, that was unfortunate with the coach that they had in the off season when we found out news about that. So this game's over on Fox here. What's good, Mitch? Welcome in, man, for stopping on by. Kansas got fouled inside the post. They're gonna go to the free throw line, shoot 2. First one's up. That one's good. At the line, number 10, Jalen Wilson. My thoughts, who's going to win the stacked Big Ten? It's probably going to either be Iowa or Illinois. Iowa, Illinois, Wisconsin, Michigan State. Out. My preseason pick was Iowa to win it. But Illinois, after these first 2 games, Illinois looks so good. Like, they look like a Final Four team right now for Illinois. 56-56 the score. 17 minutes left to go, and Kansas was trailing by 14 at one point. This is basically like URI, Arizona State written all over it from yesterday, where URI was down by 16. And then they came back. They almost won it. And then Arizona State was able to get Fats Russell to fall out. They took control of it. And Remy Martin, reason why he's a National Player of the Year candidate. And he was able to lead the team yesterday, and Arizona State able to close that one out. So 56-56. Gonzaga now with the ball. They have it at the left wing. Passes inside into the hands of Drew Timme. Backs his way in there. He almost lost control of it. Still has it back at the free throw circle. He does lose it. Kansas here with numbers on a 3-on-1. They go to pass up underneath. They miss the layup. They get the offensive rebound. Couldn't put it back, though. They had all the time in the world. They lost control of the basketball in the key. Fight for it. It's going to get scooped up on the ground here by Gonzaga. That's a huge play there for the Zags. Pass up the court. 1 man a beat, and that's going to be a blocking foul there, sending Jalen Suggs to the free throw line shooting 2. Wow. A lot of stuff going on in that last possession. Kansas had a 3-on-1 fast break. They had an easy layup that they could not go. They had an offensive rebound with still an advantage in players, and they couldn't put that one back. And Gonzaga, out of all of that, able to scoop it up off the steal. And Jalen Suggs will get sent to the free throw line shooting 2. Hey, thanks so much, Raptor, for stopping on by, man, and I'll see you later tonight, bud. Happy Thanksgiving out to you guys. Yeah, this game I feel like is going to have a good ending for sure, man. First free throw, Jalen Suggs knocks it down. He's got 8. He hasn't received like a ton of playing time today. They've seen a mix of Jalen Suggs and Nembhard in this game. Second free throw, missed it by Suggs off the back rim and out. Rebound Kansas. Kansas now with the ball, going to take it past the half-court logo. Into the hands of Marcus Garrett. Garrett here at the edge of that half-court logo. Has it at the left wing, moves over to the right wing. Christian Brown circles around the perimeter at the left wing. Moves it back to the top to Garrett. Hands it over now to Thompson. Thompson drives inside, floats it up, and he gets fouled. Foul number 11 for Gonzaga. Joel Ayayi is going to send Kansas with Bryce Thompson shooting 2 at the line. Alright, so we're going to go on a break here in this game on a timeout. It looks like, and the difference in this one, why Kansas has been able to come back in this game, they've been able to hit their shots, that's why. So Kansas able to hit mid-range jumpers in this one, and how they've been staying in this game from 3-point range. Kansas 7 for 13. They've got open looks from the perimeter in this game for Kansas. Where Gonzaga's 5 for 12 from the perimeter. Gonzaga, of course, wrecking Kansas inside in this one, especially coming on the rebounds. 21-12 advantage for the Zags here, rebounding. Still a lot of game left to go. Both of these teams shooting the ball. Great clip from the floor. Gonzaga 63%, Kansas 54%. Hey, what's good, Woody? Happy Thanksgiving to you, man. Glad to have you back in here. Barber going for Gonzaga out in this one. Yeah, I think Ant puts out, he thinks Michigan State's going to win. Yeah, they were a sleeper last year. Going into Selection Sunday, I think on my bracket, I probably would have gone Michigan State to win the title last year because they were riding a ton of momentum last season. Mitch happy that Indiana won. Indiana has a huge, they got a huge matchup coming up Monday. Monday they take on Providence. That's gonna be that's a massive game there. Like both of those teams are like fairly even. Providence came off a massive win yesterday against Fairfield. Alright, so college basketball scoreboard here. I'm interested to see what's going on right now. Hey, no problem, Isaac Plays. Anybody's welcome here on the channel, no matter who you guys root for. We're all different types of sports fans here, rooting for all different types of teams, and no matter who you root for, feel free to be a part here on the channel. Yeah, we're getting closer every single day, Vaughn. We are getting closer to that. So right now, a couple scoreboard updates. West Virginia just tipped off against VCU. As West Virginia scored the first bucket up 2-0. St. John's leading LaSalle 24-19 to score in that game with about 3 minutes left to go first half. Nebraska taking on Nevada. Nevada up by 6 here, trying to close off the first half, 32-26. And then Western Kentucky, 2-0, winners over Memphis today, 75-69. They're looking good. Possible sleeper NCAA tournament team there with WKU. Xavier over Bradley, 51-50. Number 8 ranked Illinois all over Chicago State, 97-38. With just another phenomenal game by Ayo Dosunmu, 22.6 rebounds, 7 assists by Ayo in that one. Yeah, that's a phenomenal matchup. Too bad I wasn't at work on that day. They schedule a lot of these games in the afternoon, like on weekdays for a lot of the early college basketball tournament stuff they do. That's a 2:30 in the afternoon game, and instead they put on North Carolina against UNLV at the 7 o'clock game. I wish they could have swapped that to put Providence, Indiana at 7. Instead of UNC against UNLV at 7 on Monday. Man, UNLV, by the way, lost yesterday to Montana State. So that was a terrible loss for them. Kansas was at the free throw line. They hit 1 out of 2. This game's tied up at 57 as we are back. 15:45 left to go. Gonzaga shoots the 3 from the right corner. They knock it down. Big triple goes down by Ayayi. Breaks the tie as the Zags lead it by 3. 15 and a half left to go, Kansas basketball. They have it at the left wing perimeter for Kansas. Marcus Garrett with it. Moves it back to the top, slides it over to the right wing. Brown passes inside, got rejected right there though off the steal by Gonzaga. Push up the court, driving inside and gonna get it a fall and a foul. Jalen Suggs right there, great move, great play through the contact as he's gonna go to the line. Hey, thanks so much Behind the Arc fan, really appreciate it, brother. Yeah, so this is actually part of a triple header today. So I'm going to do 2 more games later tonight. So this is part of a triple header today. Tomorrow I plan on doing a double header. But this is a rare triple header for me. So Rhode Island's against Boston College later tonight, and then after that's Villanova, Arizona State. And Suggs hits it. Before that, they had it as a 3-point shot, and then they later rolled it at 2. So it was when he went to the line, it was a 2-pointer by Jalen Suggs right before that, but the score was 59-57 instead of 60-57. Kansas now with a basketball, 5-point lead by Gonzaga. Kansas has a free throw circle, moves it back to the top, gonna take the 3 straight away, no good off the mark, rebound Gonzaga. Yeah, they get the men's 3-point line and then the women's, so it's kind of tough here as far as this court to see what's a 3 at times because they got multiple lines. They actually have 3 perimeter lines here for on this court. One's that dark blue and then 2 teal for perimeter lines. Gonzaga takes the 3 from the outside. No good there, but they'll have it right back past half court. A 2-on-1 here. Gonzaga underneath passes over to Suggs. Missed the layup though. Hit the front rim. Should have got that one as that was an easy look for him, and Kansas going to have it right back. Kansas moves it out. Right corner 3. Takes it from the outside, and they hit it. They're going to roll it, too. So his foot was on the line as he hit it from the outside. That was Agbaji who knocked it down. We approach that 14-minute mark left to go. Yeah, dedication here for you guys. You guys are awesome here. If you enjoy the stream, spike the like, hit that thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Ring that notification bell as well as I cover play-by-play basketball here on Behind the Arc Basketball. Underneath, Gonzaga powers their way, and Drew Timme gets to the bucket right there, puts it up and in off the glass for 2. They're just too good inside so far in this game today. Drew Timme looking solid. He's got 21, the leading scorer for the Zags right now. Kansas double-teamed underneath. Passes, and they missed the layup. Jalen Wilson, too strong as he had a wide-open layup right there and missed it with too much power. Gonzaga takes it right baseline. Andrew Nembhard puts it up and in off the glass. He's going to score. He gets that one for 2. And he's going to go to the free throw line as well as he gets fouled. And Andrew Nembhard shooting the and 1 coming up. Couple really big, strong plays here, and Gonzaga just too good to handle when it's come to their game inside the post in this one. Just torching Kansas's defense when it comes to shooting in this one and also rebounding. Gonzaga 62.5% from the floor and just doing their work. Most of it inside the paint in this game. Out-rebounding Kansas on the +8 on the boards for Gonzaga. 23-15 currently in this one. They just constantly push tempo. There's been multiple times that they've caught Kansas' defense sleeping out in this one. And this defense, Kansas's defense, that averaged allowing just over 60 points per game last season to their opponents. They've already given up here 66 to Gonzaga, and we still have 13 and a half minutes left to go in this game here with a number 1 ranked offense from last season as far as points scored per game. And they left off where they're picking up right here, just lighting it up from the court. And yeah, I'll be back later tonight for those 2 games, part of a doubleheader: Rhode Island, BC, Villanova versus Arizona State. But also tomorrow, I plan on covering an early game, breakfast with Behind the Arc Basketball. Early game tomorrow, 11 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. We're going to have Gonzaga versus Auburn tomorrow morning, so feel free to stop on by for that one. That's a really early game. If you're on the Pacific Coast, Pacific time for that game is 8 a.m., 9 Mountain time, 10 Central. Really, really early game. But, yeah, that's concerning for Auburn going into this game tomorrow. If Gonzaga looks like this against Kansas's defense, Never mind what Gonzaga can do tomorrow against Auburn's defense, which struggled last season, and they lost their top 6 players from the roster. Yeah, 8 a.m. Vaughn's time there. Alright, so let's see here what we got for scores for college basketball. St. John's up against LaSalle, 34-26. Final minute left to go before halftime in that one. West Virginia out to a quick 6-0 lead against VCU. That game yesterday, VCU against Utah State, that game was close, and then VCU pulled off the W. So VCU with a really good win first game as far as their team, because they lost so much in the offseason, and they were predicted to be at the bottom of the conference, but they were able to beat Utah State last night 85-69. And Utah State last year they won the Mountain West title, and they won in the championship game to get to the tournament to receive that bid against San Diego State. Hey, what's good, Evan? Welcome on the channel, man. As we are right back into it. Yep, Kentucky against Kansas coming up on Tuesday as we are back into it. 66-59 to score. Kansas with the basketball as Nembhard missed his free throw. They missed the first one, offensive rebound, and they're going to put it back up and in for 2 by Jalen Wilson. He gets fouled as well. He's going to go to the line, shoot 1. Yeah, Missouri, Illinois, fighting it out for bragging rights December 12th there. As Bobber can't wait for that one. That's a good quality game right there for Missouri to see as far as where they stand as far as early basketball, because Illinois is tearing it up right now. Free throw no good. Gonzaga takes the basketball off the court, puts it into the hands of Nembhard. He missed the 3. That was an air ball. Kansas going to have it right back, pushing tempo here. Baji drives into the lane, lays it up and in for 2 off the backboard with the right hand. 66-63. Gonzaga has it. 12:50 left to go. Driving inside, and Gonzaga puts it up and in for 2. Aaron Cook, the transfer from Southern Illinois, able to finish that one. 40 points in the paint out of the 68 so far in this game for Gonzaga, doing majority of their work right inside the post. Kansas has it, drives inside, lost control of the basketball. Refs are going to say it's a foul picked up, though, on the reach-in by Gonzaga. It's on Cook, as the clock will start with 12:34. Yeah, that game is early tomorrow, 11 a.m. college basketball game. I've never called a game before that said a.m. on it. I don't believe I've ever called an a.m. game before, so that's going to be a first tomorrow. A game before noontime. That is a first for me. And 8 a.m. I can't imagine you guys for Pacific time. Never mind the London games. I remember when they had the London games for NFL, those games that started at like 9:30 in the morning, and they would have like the LA Chargers on it, and that would be 6:30 a.m. LA time. Kansas just got the basket underneath inside, 68-65 to score. We have 12:14 left to go. Gonzaga has the ball, and Kansas is going to pick up a quick fall as the clock will stop. What's good, Evan? Welcome to the channel, man. He's going out for Kansas in this one. Feel free, guys. Let me know in the chat, as we got 70-plus people watching now, who you like in this one. If you're going Kansas, if you're going Gonzaga. They're going to pass it inside right there. Gonzaga cuts to the hoop. Jalen Suggs the one who's able to get the bucket right there and get it up and in off the backboard for 2. 70-65 to score. We still have 12 minutes of basketball left remaining here. Kansas has it the left baseline, lost control of it. Gonzaga here with a steal. They got numbers on the fast break. Aaron Cook push it up the court to the left baseline. Nembhard moves it back. Nice pass outside. Takes the 3. No good off the mark. Hit the front rim by Suggs. Rebound back to the Jayhawks. Kansas now has a stop and pop jumper. Free throw circle. Got it. Bryce Thompson for 2. This is a good one so far today. 70-67. 11.5 left to go here. Gonzaga with the basketball right back. They have it at the left wing perimeter. Into the hands of Nembhard. Nembhard creates separation. Took the 3 before that, though. They're going to say a foul picked up. It's going to be on Kansas here as the clock will stop. Yeah, earliest game I've called, yeah, noontime. I think that was Providence Villanova last year I called noontime. Barber's going out for Gonzaga. Ethan's going Kansas here. Ant's going Kansas here, so when Kentucky plays them, they're going to be higher ranked, so it looks better in the resume. Like a pickup game at your local gym. Jason puts out, yeah, there's so much teal out here in this court they have for this game. So this is out in Fort Myers, Florida. This is what no fans in the stands looks like in the year 2020. Classic times. You'll always remember this year when it comes to sports. What your children and grandchildren will say someday about this. For you guys, man. When you go down the road 40, 50 years from now, people ask you what the year 2020 looked like. According to the sports world, yeah, there was nobody that could attend sports games, or very limited people, that we had to have cardboard cutouts in the stands. Classic times in today's world. So right now we're on the timeout in this game so far. Gonzaga's schedule coming up. They get the opportunities here in the non-conference slate because they've got multiple games to get national exposure in, which is huge for Gonzaga. I'm going to compare the schedules with these two teams. Yeah, so next game they got Auburn tomorrow. I plan on covering that one. Which Auburn, I feel like, is not going to be anything like last year's team. But West Virginia, they get some tough matchups here for the non-conference slate for Gonzaga. One of the toughest non-conference schedules in all college basketball. They got West Virginia, they got Baylor, and they also got Iowa. So that's massive games right there. As far as those games, they're all on national TV. And then for Kansas, same thing. National games all over the map. They got Kentucky on Tuesday. They also got Creighton as well, as they play them on December 8th for Creighton. Then they go into conference play with 3 really quick conference games off the bat. 1, 2, 3. All in, 2 of those are in December, and the other one on January 2nd. So if Kansas loses this game against Gonzaga, loses against Kentucky, loses against Creighton, they're going to be going into conference play here. If they do happen to lose those, ouch, because they got 3 quick games right off the bat in conference play. Texas Tech, West Virginia, and Texas. Those are the first 3 games in conference play before they get to Baylor later on. So those 3 games can go either way. That is such a tough schedule there. Texas Tech, West Virginia, Texas. All teams ranked between 14 and 19 in the AP preseason poll. Alright, so we're going to get right back from a timeout here. 70-67 the score, everyone. We have 11:28 left to go remaining in this game. If you guys are new in the channel, spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that sub, ring that notification bell as well as I cover play-by-play here at basketball. I'm behind you at basketball. Yeah, 50 years from now, I'll be telling my grandchildren in 2020 that we wore a mask because of this whole thing here. Yeah, it's never would have imagined ever in my life it would be like this. What's good, Michael? Welcome in here. For stopping by in the stream, man. Appreciate it for being a part of the channel. So free throws coming up. 2 of them at the line by Andrew Nembhard of Gonzaga. First free throw, it goes down. Second shot knocks it down. Gonzaga leads by 5. 11:28 left to go. Kansas gets the basketball. Gonzaga just shooting the ball lights out. 64% from the floor here. Left off where they picked off last season as the #1 team scoring in the nation. Kansas moves it around the perimeter. Right wing to Jalen Wilson. Bounce pass here at the free throw circle over to Garrett. Garrett moves out to the left corner. Christian Brown has it. He's guarded by Suggs. Moves over to the free throw circle. Back outside. Takes the 3. They let it fly. It's off the mark by Thompson. Offensive rebounds. And they're going to get the second chance points right there, as that one goes down inside for Jalen Wilson with a layup for 2. It's a tough layup right there. Able to get it behind his back. 10:45 left to go. Gonzaga has it. They're up by 3. Nembhard, top of the key, moves it back out into the hands of Aaron Cook. Slides it over to the left wing to Kispert. Back outside once again to the top over to Nembhard. Takes the three straight away. It's an air ball. That's the second time today he's done that. And it goes out of bounds. So Kansas going to have it right back again. So Landon might do one of the 11 a.m. games. San Francisco against number 4 Virginia. Ouch. Virginia should be able to win that like by a ton. San Francisco looked awful yesterday against UMass Lowell. They couldn't even beat them. Kansas has it inside the post, and they finish for 2 right there. Up and in off the backboard goes Marcus Garrett. 72-71, approaching 10 minutes left to go here remaining. Gonzaga passes inside, and they're tearing it up inside the post. Drew Timme. 2 more as he gets that one to fall up and in. 10 minutes left to go. Kansas has it right back. Slides it around the perimeter. Christian Brown. Over into the hands of Marcus Garrett. Garrett dribbles, lost control of it, try to float it back, it goes out of bounds. Costly turnover there for Kansas as Gonzaga will have this basketball right back with under 10 left to play. Hey, happy Thanksgiving here, Evan. Appreciate it, man, for finding my channel. Welcome in here. You're sus. Glad to have you on the channel here. It's going out for Kansas in this one. Let me know down in the chat below who you got, guys. If you're going Gonzaga, if you're going Kansas. Make sure if you're new, spike that thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell if you guys really enjoy this stream as well as I cover play-by-play basketball here and Behind the Arc Basketball. Yeah, it happens like every 100 years. That's true, Vaughn. 100 years ago. U.S. was in this with the whole, U.S. was in the same spot. Yeah, I remember that Behind the Arc fan puts out 3 years ago. Colin Sexton for Alabama scored 40 points despite playing 3 versus 5 there. Oh man, that was too funny. I remember that. So Gonzaga had the ball, they turned it over, and Kansas gonna have it right back. That's the 11th turnover so far in this game by Gonzaga. Kansas has it, left baseline dribble. And Kansas pushes off. Corey Kispert takes the charge. And number 1, Tyon Grant Foster, the one that pushes off for Kansas, gets called with an offensive foul. And Gonzaga will have the basketball right back. So Gonzaga just lighting it up from the floor today. 62% shooting in this game so far, and they're just torching Kansas's defense with a couple key players in this game. Too good inside the post. Drew Timme's got 23, 17 by Corey Kispert, and 13 so far by Jalen Suggs. As Gonzaga has it, looking for more in the post than they do. 2 more right there by Drew Timme as he extends his point total now to 25. 76-71, 9-10 left remaining. Kansas takes the jumper, no good. Timme comes up, pats the stat sheet with the rebounds. Puts the ball into the hands of Kispert. Kispert hands it over now. Over to Nembhard. Has it the left elbow. Passes over to the right wing. As they're going to turn the corner. Passes back outside. And they're going to take a deep 2. That one's up and that one's good by Kispert at the right corner. They extend it now to 7. 8:45 left remaining in this game. Kansas has the ball. Christian Brown top of the key. Hands it over, and they slip with the basketball on the court. Marcus Garrett lost control of it. Gonzaga here. They have numbers. They got a 4-on-2. They pass it underneath. Going to go inside. Puts it up, and they got 2 more right there. It looked like they had two more for a second as they came up with it. Actually, it went off the back iron. And it was a rebound by Gonzaga. They fought for the basketball. Clock will stop with 8:30. This game's over on Fox, by the way. So this is actually like on the actual Fox for the TV channels. Actually, yeah, it's Gonzaga who's in the bonus right now. So it's 78-71 the score. I thought that had bounced off the rim and gone in. It actually went out towards the right side of it. So Kansas got lucky right there. They had a really good look for Gonzaga. So Kansas will have the basketball right back. They had said tie up possession arrow. Goes to Kansas, and immediately there, Kansas tried to pass it inside off the cutter, and they lost control of it. A lot of turnovers right now for Kansas. Past couple possessions, they've been sloppy with the ball, and Gonzaga will have it right back. 8:21 on the clock. Hey, what's good, Nagata? Welcome on the stream, man. Anaruna was playing a little bit a while ago. Right now he's on the bench, though. So, yeah, Tristan Enaruna, currently, he is on the bench for Kansas. Gonzaga has it inside the post, looking for more, and there's a travel there. The ref's going to call, blow the whistle. Drew Timme. We've seen a couple travels today by Gonzaga. So he gets called for one. The clock will stop with 8:10. 8:10 left to go. 7-point game here, folks. If you guys are new in the channel, spike that thumbs up, hit that like, hit that sub, ring that notification bell, as well as I cover play-by-play basketball here on Behind the Arc Basketball. I can't show the actual game due to copyright. It would be taken down by YouTube. That's why it says on the top here, no TV will be shown due to copyright. Play-by-play only. What's good, Mason? Welcome to the channel, man. Really appreciate it. 13 turnovers by Kansas, 12 by Gonzaga in this game as Kansas has the basketball back, approaching 8 minutes left to go. Agbaji has it around the perimeter, moves out to Garrett here, pass over to the top of the key to Jalen Wilson. Wilson has it, drives into the post, puts it up, and he's able to get to the fall right there as that one gets the friendly bounce inside for two. 78-73, Gonzaga, quick offense there as they try to go up the court with contact and the foul as well underneath the basket as the clock's going to stop here. And it looks like we're going to go to a timeout in a 5-point ball game. So Jalen Suggs in the last play tried to take it inside, and there was a ton of contact. Should be a block. Yeah, that should be a blocking foul by number 10 for Kansas. So right now we're just on the timeout here. 78-73, 5-point game. We take a look. Leading scores so far in this one for Gonzaga leading the way. Drew Timme is, they're just doing all their work inside the post in this game. He's got 25, 19 by Corey Kispert so far, 13 by Jalen Suggs in his debut for the Zags. And then for Kansas, looks like this. Marcus Garrett with 16, 15 by Agbaji, 11 by Wilson. Hey, what's good, Finn? Welcome on here. We can't see the game. It's play-by-play only. It's due to copyright here. That's why it says up at the top, no TV will be shown due to copyright. So it sounds like the actual radio call here that I call play-by-play on the channel. So as we take a look at it right now, since we're on the timeout, quick scoreboard update for everyone right now. Big thank you all for stopping on by, being a part here on Behind the Arc Basketball as I cover play-by-play college basketball games, also NBA games as well here on the channel. Hey, what's good, Ray? Welcome on the channel, man. Really appreciate it for stopping by, brother. What's my favorite college basketball team? My two favorite teams are Providence and URI. So I'm from Massachusetts. I'm actually from the state of Mass, but I'm like 15 minutes away from Providence, so I'm a huge Friars fan for Providence. Also a URI Rams fan as well. Which they have a huge game tonight against BC. They took Arizona State down to the wire yesterday. Yeah, of course. There's a lot of Kentucky fans here, Evan. Landon and Jason are Kentucky fans in the channel right now. I covered a good amount of Kentucky games last year, and I plan to do quite a bit this season as well. So number 8, Illinois, all over Chicago State today, 97-38. The final of that one. Xavier barely squeaking by Bradley, 51-50. Western Kentucky, they are 2-0 winners today in the semifinals of the Bad Boy Mowers Crossover Classic over Memphis, 75-69, the final of that one. And Nevada taking on Nebraska right now. Nevada leads by 3, 39-36. East Tennessee State tied up against Austin Peay at 36 even. West Virginia up against VCU 19-9. And St. John's leads LaSalle at the half 34-28. So they just ended timeout. We're going to get right back into it just a matter of moments. Titus, welcome in here as he is back. Glad to have you back in here, man. LeVar Ball, Behind the Arc fan, actually said you got Mello, sign Lee Angelo. Lonzo is a free agent next year, 100 to 3 GOATs. His boys will win a championship in 3 to 5 years. His boys will all win championships in Charlotte. He's got right there, sign Lee Angelo. That's too funny. Yeah, I remember that. URI beat Oklahoma against Trae Young back in 2018. I remember they had that big steal on Trae Young, and Fats Russell just jacked up and took a huge three and knocked it down. It went into overtime. That was the first game of the tournament there, in the actual Thursday game of 2018. So free throws here coming up at the line. First one. That one's up. That one's good. 79-73 the score. There's 7:45 left to go here remaining. Second free throw, Jalen Suggs knocks it down. 80-73. Hey, thanks so much, Jason. Enjoy your Thanksgiving, brother. Oh, man, good question there, Jay Brower. What's my least favorite team? I'd probably go for Georgetown there for my least favorite team or so. It seems like they've always been that type of team or so that's been like a high seed, and they always get like upset in the tournament for Georgetown. And they always seem to like wreck Providence's resume here and there, so throughout like every season. They always like seem to upset Providence or so. 80-73 the score. Gonzaga has the basketball right back as Suggs has it top of the key. Takes the three, knocks it down. Jalen Suggs getting hot right now. Extends it to 10. We got 7:10 left to go. Welcome to the channel, Eric. Appreciate it for stopping by. Adrian, welcome on board. 7 minutes as we approach that mark. Kansas turns the corner. Agbaji tries to float it up, and he lost control of it. Goes out of bounds. Working on Corey Kispert there. Great defense by Kispert as try to float it up with the right hand, but lost control of it at the baseline, and Gonzaga will have the basketball right back. Gonzaga, man, playing quick with their offense. They just missed the layup. They were rejected from the bottom part of the rim, but they get the offensive rebound. Nembhard puts it back out on top here. Dribbles inside, floats it up mid-range, and there's contact from behind. It's going to send Gonzaga to shoot two coming up at the free throw line. Corey Kispert going to shoot two coming up here at the line. Hey, we get a dono. My man Jason, really appreciate it, brother, for another dono. You are the man. Let's get that dono hype in the chat for my man Jason out here. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys. You guys are awesome. The real MVPs out here on the channel. Two free throws coming up by Kispert. First one's up. First one's good. They're up by 11. Gonzaga taking this one by storm right now, as that is what they're doing. Getting hot here in the final 7 minutes. Jalen Suggs right now has got 18. He is having a great debut. He hasn't even... I'm not sure how many minutes he has played today. But, yeah, ESPN actually doesn't have the minute mark on their stats. I'm going to see if I can dig that up someplace. They might have it on, like, the homepage or so. Maybe for Gonzaga's homepage, I'll have to see. But, yeah, he's got 18 points, and he hasn't played, like, a ton of minutes today. Been doing a great job out there, though. Second free throw is good. Kansas has the basketball. They're going to get a quick bucket right there for two. 10-point game, 6:30 left to go. Jalen Suggs has a dribble drive inside, and he beats the defense, lays it up, and then goes right into the TV crew underneath. And they lead it by 12 now. Kansas, deep three, way outside, missed it, no good. Rebound Gonzaga by Kispert. They can push tempo fast with Gonzaga. They have it at the left wing. Into the hands of Ayayi. He has the ball, and there's going to be a foul picked up now. And it's on Kansas, and Joel Ayayi will go back to the free throw line. And also, Gonzaga's in the double bonus right now. So that is foul number 10. As free throw is going to be going down here at the line. First one's good. Second free throw at the line. That one's no good. Rebounds Kansas here as we got 6 minutes left to go. Let's see. I'm digging into the stats right now. So Jalen Suggs he's played 19 minutes. He's got 20 points tonight. Great game so far by Jalen Suggs. Because, yeah, Nembhard's played more minutes than Suggs. Nembhard's played 27. He's got 11 points. That's phenomenal, though. He's got more points than minutes here for Suggs. That's incredible. Kansas had the basketball right back. They also got fouled underneath, so McCormack going to go to the line. Kansas has picked up 10 fouls here in the second half. Gonzaga with only 4. First free throw, David McCormack hits it. Hey, that was dope. Welcome on the channel here, man. Really appreciate it. What was my thoughts about Villanova yesterday? I was shocked that Boston College had the lead throughout most of that. Villanova had a lot of trouble stopping Boston College with their dribble drive penetration. I was shocked that Villanova just defensively had like no answers throughout most of that until Jeremiah Robinson Earl. They get the ball down low to Robinson Earl, and that's why they were able to come from behind and win that game, because BC almost pulled off the upset. I had predicted Villanova would win by 16. I was shocked that they only won by 9, and actually that 9-point game doesn't justify how close it was. Like, that game was close until Villanova pulled away in the final like minute and a half. The other free throw, so that one's good at the line. It's 88-77 the score. 5:27 left to remain, and Gonzaga took the jumper. It was off the mark. Kansas has the basketball right back, and another quick foul here. It's going to be inside, and it's going to go Kansas here. It's going to shoot 2 at the line. It's Tristan Anaruna as he's back into the game. He's going to shoot 2 free throws. So Gonzaga picks up their 5th personal as a team here, second half. Kansas with 10. That's why Gonzaga's in the bonus. First free throw, Anaruna missed it. If you guys enjoy the channel, we have over 80 people watching now. Make sure to spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, as well as I cover play-by-play here basketball, behind the arc basketball, college basketball games, also NBA games here on the channel. Anaruna, second free throw at the line, knocks it down. It's a 10-point game. Gonzaga has it with 5:20 left to go. Jalen Suggs dribbles to the left wing. Incredible game from him. Suggs doing awesome. 20 points in 19 minutes. Now they have it at the left wing. Turns the corner. Kispert goes inside. Passes underneath here to Timmy. Timmy, he's swarmed by 2 defenders. Timmy moves it back over to the right wing. Shot clock down to 8. Takes the 3. But before that, though, there's going to be a stoppage in time on the court. They're going to say it's a Gonzaga turnover, as they passed it to the perimeter, I think. Yeah, Gonzaga, when they caught the pass, the foot was on the back line of it, out of bounds. So they were out of bounds with the basketball when possessing it, so Kansas will have it right back. Jayhawks have it. Top of the key, straight away. Going to take the jumper. Wide open and no good. Off the top of the backboard, goes out of bounds. David McCormick had all the time in the world right there to knock down that one, and just couldn't get that one to fall. Gonzaga has it right back. Trying to put the exclamation point on it. Ball gets deflected, though. Jalen Suggs try to pass. It gets stolen. He steals it right back. Suggs passes up the court. Underneath here to Ballo. Moves it back to the left corner. Takes the 3. Kispert. No good off the mark. Oh, big offensive rebound. The big man right there puts it home. That's Joel. Yeah, that's Joel Ayayi able to put that one home. He looks bigger than what he is. He's only 6'5", but they got 90 on the board, so they have surpassed what they had for their average last season. Wow. Gonzaga here with another steal. Ayayi, 1 man to beat, not even going to try. Christian Brown just doesn't even bother defending him, as Ayayi able to blow past him off the steal. That is 2 more with a bucket, and number 11 scores off the glass. Gonzaga taking this one, looks like. What a steal by Ayayi. Just Kansas has had a lot of troubles in this game. They started out bad trying to possess the basketball. Had a couple really bad turnovers early on in this one, and once again late in this game, just like how they started, a lot of turnovers and sloppy with the basketball once again, and Gonzaga up by 14, trying to take it down the home stretch. So we are on a timeout here. 4:18 left to go. It's the season opener, and man, we have had a ton of points in these games, and these the first games for a lot of these teams. So many points. Drew Timme with 25 scored. If we take a look, leading scores today in this game, Corey Kispert with 21. And then for Suggs, he has got 20 points in 21 minutes. Just so efficient from the floor in this game for the 5-star freshman in his debut today by Jalen Suggs. 7 for 13 shooting, 2 for 3 from the outside, and 4 for 5 at the free throw line, along with 6 assists in this one by Jalen Suggs. And Gonzaga looks dangerous here. Wow, they are doing this to Kansas. Never mind what they're going to do tomorrow against Auburn in the morning. Hey, Bradley's back here. Welcome back, man. Hope your Thanksgiving went well, brother. But yeah, definitely to you guys. Have a happy Thanksgiving out to everybody out there. Gordon Hayward used to be a rapper when he was attending college at Butler. Wow, I did not know that. As far as Kansas in this game, leading score is 16 by Marcus Garrett, 15 points by Ochai Agbaji, and then 11 by Wilson so far in this one for Kansas. So Jalen Wilson with 11, but David McCormack has really struggled in this game. 3 for 9 shooting from the floor. And just Gonzaga doing it defensively here. 8 steals today by Gonzaga. And just out-rebounding Kansas 31-23. This team has got size for Gonzaga, giving Kansas a bunch of different looks. And doing it all different ways. And if you can score like this, which Gonzaga just... They push the tempo so fast. They play so fast and just push the tempo. Just wear your defense out. And they are just attacking all game long for Gonzaga. And that is what they have done in this one, with the majority of their points scored in the paint in this game today by Gonzaga. Gonzaga's got 42 layups in this game. So 46% of their buckets in this game today has been made by layups. That's insane. And Gonzaga's got 8 dunks. So I just went on the stat count for what some of the scoring distribution is in this one. 63% of their shots so far in this one have been made through 2-point shots. That's why they got 92 on the board against a top 10 ranked defense from last season for Kansas that would have gone in Selection Sunday, most likely to be the #1 team. Welcome in, Tim. Glad to have you on the channel, man. Appreciate for stopping on by here. He's rooting for the Zags down in this one. Jalen Suggs looking so good, man. Yeah, and there's 4 minutes left. They could very well reach 100 before this one is over here against Kansas. To talk about this Kansas defense, I thought that this defense would be good. Bringing back the National Defensive Player of the Year, Marcus Garrett, and 4 minutes left to go. They allow 92 to Gonzaga. So, all the talk about Gonzaga and who they play and stuff like that, as far as they play a weak schedule, it's they'll be able to provide that answer for you guys when they play these teams in the non-conference slate. This game today against Kansas, they also got Baylor coming up on Saturday, December 5th. They got West Virginia next week. They got Iowa on December 19th. So they got some big-time games up there against top 25 ranked opponents. Gonzaga now with the basketball after the timeout. Jalen Suggs drives inside. Oh, nice job right there to the bucket. That is a superstar move right there by a potential 2021 lottery pick, able to get a reverse-handed layup to go home up and in off the backboard. 3:35 left to go. Gonzaga attacking. That's why they got 94 on the scoreboard. Kansas missed the floater, gets rebounded by Gonzaga with 3:30 left to go. And there's also a stoppage in time here, whistle blown by the refs. Why does BYU always seem to upset Gonzaga, though? The 3 was going down last year like crazy for BYU. BYU was the best 3-point shooting team in all of college basketball. And then also their home court, too, for BYU. But this year it's going to be so tough. For a lot of the teams that had the home court advantage, like last season, that kept on winning on their home court, now it's just totally different because you're not going to have fans, or very limited fans, depending on what they choose. Oh, nice cutter right there, right baseline. Joel Ayayi off the feet underneath, and he lays it up and in. They have had so many good looks here for Gonzaga, able to convert on these today. This is just superstar type of basketball. Execution level on like all these shots inside with scoring. They're just too good in the post. This is a total mismatch. Without Azubuike, Kansas is in a lot of trouble defensively. And it's really shown today. Gonzaga able to execute all over the place. Gonzaga for sure the better team in this game. And they are taking the height disadvantage for Kansas is in a huge disadvantage as far as the height, losing Azubuike to the draft. Total mismatch. Dude, Jalen Suggs, this dude is awesome today. First ever game, I've yet to see him play, and he came up, and this brother showed. So Kansas here at the free throw line shooting 1. That shot's up, that shot's good. So many points on the board in a lot of these games early on. So many points. 96-81. Gonzaga very well could get to 100. They got 3 minutes to do so. Gonzaga with the basketball. Jalen Suggs holds it at the left wing. Passes over top of the key to Nembhard. Bounce pass here. Back to the top of the key to Kispert. Kispert now takes it at the left elbow. Kispert floats it up, and he's got it. 98 on the scoreboard. I don't even remember the last time that I've called a game that's been over 100 points for a college basketball game. I don't think I covered a single game last year where a team scored 100. They're going to get their next bucket. Kansas takes the three. That one's up, and they get the luck of the bounce. That one able to roll right in there for three. 14-point game, 2:30 left to go. Indeed, man. They control this entire game right from the start. Suggs has it, top of the key. Passes underneath. Nice find. A gift right there. Suggs over to Ayayi, able to get open, and guess what? We got 100 right on the board. So usually I have to do this for NBA games where I have to fit it in for 100, but there we go. 100-84 with 2 minutes left to go. Kansas had it inside, missed the shot, no good. Rebound Gonzaga, taking it home on the home stretch. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Really appreciate it. If you guys are new on the channel, make sure spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that sub, ring that notification bell as well. And you're looking at a Final Four team right here with the Gonzaga Bulldogs. Phenomenal. This is an electric offense at its finest. They have it into the hands of 24 here with Kispert. Bounce pass over to the left elbow. Turnaround jumper. Got it. Tough look. Able to hit that one, Drew Timme. This is an absolute clinic here by Gonzaga. Are they going to call? Oh, the shot clock expired, so they might take that one off. Yeah, Drew Timme went for the turnaround. It was at 0. And they're going to wave off the bucket, actually. It was on a right after the shot clock expired. So it was back to 100. But either way, that was a nice bucket there. Either way. Yes, I'll be calling 2 more games tonight, Landon. So, Rhode Island versus Boston College later tonight at 7. And then, Villanova against Arizona State after that one. So, 2 more games tonight. Feel free to stop on by for that game. For sure, man. Gonzaga right now. First reaction to Gonzaga Final Four team right here. They only lost like 1 key player to offseason with Petrushev, but man, Jalen Suggs. Incredible impact that he will have on the roster this year. And these are the players right here coming into this game and doing work. And wow, Drew Timme, 25 points, 23 by Kispert, 22 by Jalen Suggs, 15 by Ayayi, 11 by Nembhard, and man, they just balled out tonight, or balled out in this game for sure. Kansas has it. Takes the jumper, top of the free throw circle, knocks it down. 14-point Gonzaga lead here with a final minute 10. Yeah, West Virginia, I agree, Ant, because West Virginia has 2 really good rebounders. And, Derek Culver. And also Oscar Tshiebwe. He is the one to look forward to right there for West Virginia. Kansas is a smaller type of undersized team. And that loss was huge. That loss is really bad for Kansas. Big hit in the offseason, losing Azubuike. Hey, what's good, Spencer? Welcome into the channel, man. It's a BYU fan. Glad to have you on board here, man. Yep, BYU beat Gonzaga last year at BYU's home court. This channel's out here for all sports fans, by the way, so whoever you root for, glad to have you guys in the channel. David, welcome in here, man. Thanks so much, brother, for stopping on by, being a part here. So Gonzaga just scored. It's 102-86. Kansas had the ball, took it up the court. They got fouled. Kansas at the free throw line. They hit their free throw as they're in the bonus. We have 55 seconds left to go. Planning to do streams on Sunday. Yes, I plan on doing streams on Sunday. I'm a Patriots fan, so I usually watch the Patriots game, but this year it's just been rough for me watching the Patriots game. So I'm going to plan on doing Kentucky-Richmond at 1 on Sunday, and then Texas Tech-Houston at 5:30. So I plan on doing 2 games on Sunday. Gonzaga leads it. 102-88. Second free throw goes down by Kansas at the line. 38 seconds left to go. Gonzaga basically having their reserves right now into the game. They're going to take a right corner three off the mark. Rebound Kansas. So the size just hurt them a lot in this game as far as what they lost in the offseason for Kansas. Losing Azubuike. Also lost Silvio De Souza as well. He opted out before the season started. 15 seconds left to go. Number one, though. Impressive here. First reaction to Gonzaga winning this. Just this team looks like a Final Four team. Going to go in for a deep, deep NCAA tournament run. Get ready for this season. As Kansas puts up a 90 spot on the board. But guess what? Gonzaga, number one team in scoring last season. They put up 102 points as this game goes final. 102-90 Gonzaga wins. And Gonzaga takes on Auburn tomorrow, which lost six of their top scorers last season. 5 of those players to graduation, and one of those players, Isaac Okoro, to the NBA draft. And Auburn isn't even eligible this year for the NCAA tournament. So, man, that could very well be a lopsided game. This one, Gonzaga controlled the entire game. Kansas got back winning it a couple times there, winning single digits, but once again, Gonzaga able to control it. It was more between 6 to 14 points in this game. Was around like the range and around the range of what Gonzaga was leading throughout this time, throughout most of it, throughout the majority of this game. But man, yeah, I wouldn't be shocked there if Auburn was to lose that game just by like 20 plus points tomorrow, in the range of like 20 to 40 tomorrow now for that one. So this game is going final, everybody. 102-90. Really, thank you guys for stopping on by. Happy Thanksgiving out to you guys all. Will I cover Illinois, Missouri next Wednesday? I'm not sure about that because I only get ESPN, ESPN2, CBS, and Fox where I am. I'm not sure what TV station it is. I don't have the premium channel, the Big Ten Network. I don't get Big Ten Network or SEC Network where I am, so I'm not sure right now what channel that's going to be on. But no problem. Thanks for asking. Once the schedule is released, I'll probably know when it's closer to usual, when they start finding out like the games like for the future dates and stuff. But yeah, really, thank you guys for stopping on by here. This game has gone to final number one. They'll keep it at number one right now, and they look so deep. Final Four team right off the bat here with Gonzaga. Make sure to spike the like before I sign out. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell as well. Jalen Suggs' season debut here for Gonzaga does it with 24 points and also 8 assists, 2 steals. Dude, he's looking phenomenal. 9 for 15 from the floor against Kansas, which was a top 10 defense last season. They put up 102 on the scoreboard. So that's a wrap here. Happy Thanksgiving out to you guys. Gonna sign off now. I'll be back later tonight. Doubleheader. Rhode Island, Boston College at 7. And then Villanova versus Arizona State at 9:30 after that one, everybody. This is Behind the Arc Basketball. For great play-by-play content here at College and NBA, make sure to stop them by. Thanks so much for being a part here. Signing off here. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.